3 weeks ago, the Patriots really did a job on the Jets, 55-21. Everything was working very, very well for them that day. As you know, they scored the first 7 times that they had their hands on the ball and just completely annihilated the Jets. And it wasn't a case of trying to run the score up, particularly in the second half. They just ran the ball but continued to be able to put points on the board against the Jets that day. Chuck Fairbanks said it was a 1 in a million shot, that kind of an afternoon. And certainly the Patriots do not expect to win with that kind of ease here this afternoon. They expect to win. Make no mistake about that. They expect to win every ball game they play. But I've got a feeling, and Gino does too, that this is going to be a very tough afternoon for the Patriots. The Jets, along with having revenge in their minds and hearts, are a pretty good football team. Richard Todd is back, starting at quarterback for the first time in 7 weeks. First game action in 7 weeks since he broke his collarbone against the Washington Redskins back in September. So Todd will give the Jets an emotional lift, if nothing else. How rusty he is, we'll have to wait and see. So then the Patriots, going from right to left to start the game, will be going uphill to midfield and then downhill on the other end.
No, they'll be going downhill all the way.
Downhill all the way?
Yeah. Now, I'm looking at the wind. I don't know if there is that much of a wind factor, which is really strange here at Shea Stadium, because you've heard so many times about the swirling winds of Shea Stadium. They're circular, and the flag is right. Motionless. The flags on the uprights of the goalposts are just hanging down limp as well. So evidently there's not much wind on the field, and just a beautiful sunshiny day. I guess having spent so many windy, dismal days here at Shea Stadium, I can't help but comment on the nice day that the Patriots have to place the Jets. And here we have Pat Lay with the ball teed up, ready to go, and here's Gil Santos.
Thank you very much, Gino. Deep for the Patriots, Claiborne. The kick is sailing, however, to McAllister on the right at the 3. He's up the right to the 5, 10, 15, 20, trying to head to the outside, and he just can't go anywhere. Swarmed down at around the 21, 22-yard line. He was very hesitant, Gino.
Right.
Wasn't really, didn't look as though he was sure of what he wanted to do or where he wanted to go. Maresco and Iwanowski down there covering for the Jets.
Well, you know what might have been is certainly didn't expect to get the ball. The 2 deep men that time playing the designated return, knowing whether they were going right or left. I think when McAllister got the ball, he may have forgotten momentarily which way the return was set up, because he certainly didn't expect the ball, and consequently you saw the hesitation.
All right, the Patriots out. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line, going right to left. Cunningham and Johnson in the backfield. Out of the left slot right is Jackson. Grogan calling signals. It's Cunningham off right tackle to the 25 to the 26-yard line. Maybe only the 25. Gain of about 3 on the play. Cracking down to make the tackle for the New York Jets is Joe Klecko from Temple, 6'3", 256-pound second-year player. He's a good player. Ball at the 25-yard line. Make it a gain of 3 for Cunningham off the right side. 2nd down and 7 Patriots. Ball on the far hash mark going right to left. Natural grass surface here at Shea. Again, Morgan goes wide to the left, and Jackson is into the left slot. Cunningham and Andy Johnson remain in the backfield. Francis tight right. In motion right goes Jackson on 2nd and 7. Grogan is straight back to throw. Flares it away to the left side. It's incomplete. Batted down. Batted down by linebacker Mike Hennigan. Pass intended for Andy Johnson at the 20-yard line. And Hennigan got a hand up and smacked it down. So it's 3rd and 7 for the Patriots at their own 25.
Well, once again, we're seeing now the New York Jets defensively almost defying the Patriots, playing one-on-one on their receivers.
Sort of like playing Russian roulette with a loaded pistol.
They were accused of doing the wrong thing, the wrong strategy, but Walt Michaels has come right back, and so far he's given the receivers one-on-one.
3rd and 7 Patriots, their own 25. Morgan left, Jackson right, Grogan back. Now they're in a zone. Now Grogan fires long and deep. It is intercepted at the 50-yard line. Taken down by Burgess Owens at the 30 of the Patriots, the 25, the 20. He's at the 10. He's going to go down to the 5 and brought down at the 1-yard line by Steve Grogan. Grogan made the tackle on Burgess Owens. The Jets are 1st and goal to go.
This is something you really can't afford to do against the Jets team here at Shea Stadium. A very poorly thrown pass by Steve Grogan. There was a zone defense. They had rotated into a double zone as the play developed. Harold Jackson from the right side running a square in, and he was running it deep, but Grogan just let the ball fly and sailed deep. The deep man in the coverage just waited for it. A simple, easy interception, and he just wormed his way back, and some poor efforts on tackling as well. Grogan made a desperate tackle at the 2-yard line. He managed to get him and drop him at the 1, but I don't think he expected to even get that far with the ball, Gil, once he intercepted it.
He intercepted it at midfield and returned it 49 yards to the Patriots 1-yard line. And you're right, there was some poor tackling going on up the field. It was a poorly thrown pass, well overthrown, right into the hands of Owen, playing as a center fielder. And so it is first and goal to go New York at the Patriot 1. So they could jump on top early. Double tight ends, Long in the backfield with Durkin. Calling signals, Richard Todd on first down. It's Kevin Long, touchdown. Needless to say, we're off to a poor start. One play, one touchdown for the Jets as they jump on top here with 13:53 to go in the first quarter. A 1-yard plunge by Kevin Long to give the Jets the lead after the interception by Burgess Owens. Not your ideal way to start a game.
Well, we have some sort of discussion here on the field, Gil. Now, I don't know if they're going to force the Jets. Oh, I see. Okay.
All right, the Jets will attempt the extra point. Robinson to hold, and Leahy to attempt the kick. The Jets lead at 6-0. Awaiting the snap, it's high, but he gets the ball up, and it's good. The teams come back upfield. We will take a timeout. Let's take a timeout with a score: the Jets 7, the Patriots nothing.
Mr. Businessman, do you have material handling problems? Consider the Krellen solution. The Krellen solution has become the problem solver for many southern New England businessmen. Krellen Handling Equipment Company is New England's largest fleet of Alice Chalmers lift trucks available for short or long-term leasing. And every Alice Chalmers lease is custom tailored to fit your exact requirements. Why tie up your capital? Lease quality Alice Chalmers lift trucks from Krellen. Why have maintenance problems? Let Krellen maintain your lift trucks. A Krellen Alice Chalmers lease eliminates downtime with loaner machines if yours don't work. Why have more equipment than you need or less when Krellen's lift truck leases give you just what you need? Call Krellen for a complete survey of your material handling needs. In Rhode Island, call 438-6400. That's 438-6400. And in Worcester, call 617-869-6501. Krellen Handling Equipment Company, the solution people.
So it is 7-0, the New York Jets. A pass interception by Burgess Owens at midfield, returned 49 yards to the Patriot 1. Kevin Long plunged in on one play, and it's 7-0 favor of New York. Back deep for the Patriots, Claiborne at the goal line, McAllister to the right, and Westbrook to the left, and the kickoff is sailing to Claiborne this time at the 8. He's heading to the middle at the 15, now trying to turn to the right, trying to turn to the left. He's buried inside the 20.
Gil, there's no blocking whatsoever.
Great coverage by the Jets special teams. They had 4 or 5 guys down there. Moresco was one of them. Darnell Powell was another. Also down covering for the Jets was Kevin Bell. And the Patriots, at this point, just barely a minute and a half into the game, 1st and 10 at their own 19, are very lackluster appearing.
Couldn't have found a better word at this point. Of course, you're talking about only 3 plays, but on the kickoff return, you had 5 or 6 Jet men right on top of Claiborne, meaning no one was hit at about the 25 or 30.
Patriots come out with 2 tight ends, Hasselbeck tight left, Francis left wing. Morgan wide to the right. First down call. Comes to Johnson, sweeping left, trying to turn it at the 15. He can't do it. He's brought down at the 17. Coming from the backside, Lawrence Pillars to make the tackle for the New York Jets. And Schaefer Suggs, the strong safety, coming up to force it, but it was Pillars who swept in. Coming from the backside, left defensive end. The play was run to the other side of the field from Pillars to the Jets' defensive right, and Pillars came sweeping around for the stop. So they lose 2. It is 2nd down and 12 at the Patriots' 17-yard line. Patriots cannot afford to lose this game at all. Jackson wide to the right, Morgan to the left. Grogan on a draw to Andy Johnson to the right at the 20, 25. Andy running hard across the 30 to the 33. And a first down. Andy Johnson on a halfback draw. Excellent piece of running. Great second effort by Andy. And a first down out to the 33-yard line. Hopefully that'll be a spark. Horace Ivory checks in and Andy Johnson comes out as the halfback. 1st and 10, Patriots, their own 33-yard line. The Jets 7 and the Patriots nothing early in the first quarter. 1-yard run by Long after a pass interception. case you just dialed in. Morgan right, Jackson left. Cunningham the fullback, offset right half is Ivory. Brogan calling signals on first down. The give to Cunningham, trying to come up the middle across the 35 to about the 36 or 37. We'll wait for the placement of the ball at the 36-yard line. Suggs and Tillers are there for the Jets. They spot it right at the 36. It's a gain of 3. Second down and 7. Ivory out, Johnson in. Second down and 7 for the Patriots at the 36-yard line, going right to left. Far hash mark. Slot right formation now, as Jackson is in the slot, Morgan is wide. Backs in a wide split. It's Johnson to the left side, trying to turn it. Can't do it. Brought down at the line of scrimmage. Linebacker Mike Hennigan there for the Jets to make the tackle, along with Joe Klecko. So it'll be third down and 7 for the Patriots at their own 36.
Their execution running to the left side is not good at this point, Gil. It seems to be slow developing. And what's stopping their runs to the left side, the 2 times they've tried to run there, is the backside is coming in and making the tackles.
Patriots huddling up, back between the 30 and 25. They break the huddle with a slot left. Jackson in the slot, Morgan wide. Francis is split off a couple of yards to the right. The backs, Ivory and Cunningham, are split, 3rd and 7. Brogan back to throw. Sets it up, lots of time. Over the middle, Ivory's got it at the 40. Knocked back on his and stopped shy of a first down. He was trying to move it forward and head upfield, and he couldn't do it, as the Jets linebacker, Hennigan, reacted very well to make the stop. And now they move the ball up to about the 42, but that's not enough. It is 4th down, and the Patriots forced to punt.
Well, second-guessing, and you don't want to second-guess the running style of Horace Ivory, but had he continued with that throw, knowing that he had only about a yard to go after he caught to make that first down, which was the important part of that play, he stopped, tried to cut back inside, lost his momentum, and the defense of the Jets was there to stop him from any penetration, and that's why you don't get the first down.
Deep for the Jets. Inside his 20-yard line is Bruce Harper. A booming punt by Gerald Wilson. Down to Harper at the 12, to the 15. He's dangerous. 20. He hits the 25, 27, 28, 29-yard line before he runs into a stack. Mosi Tutupu down there with Mike Hawkins. A pair of rookies in on the tackle along with Peter Brock. 1st and 10 Jets in their own territory. 10 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Here in the first quarter, the Jets leading 7-0. With a score, the Jets 7, the Patriots nothing. Let's take a timeout.
When you say buzz, you said a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say buzz, you've gone as far as you can go to get the very best. When you say buzz, you said the words that means you like to do it all. Yeah, yeah, do it all. Oh, yeah, yeah, buzz. You say you care enough to only want the king of beer. There is no other one. There's only something less. Because the king of beer is bleeding for the rest. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. Oh, yeah.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
In other games, the Giants and the Eagles no score first quarter. St. Louis, Washington no score first quarter. Those are the only games we have scores on for you. Patriots defensive team on the field. Lunsford, Hamilton, and Bishop the front 3. King, Schote, Nelson, and Hunt the linebackers. Claiborne and Haynes the corners. McCray and Fox the safeties. The Jets 1st and 10 at their own 29. Gaffney in motion to the right side. Todd on the give to Durkin, sweeping to the right. He is cut down at the line of scrimmage by Raymond Hamilton. Coming up the backside did Ray Hamilton to make the stop on Scott Durkin. It is no gain in the play. 2nd down and 10 for New York at about their own 29-yard line.
And the Jets operating behind an immense offensive line, Gil. I couldn't help but notice them when they ran out on the field. Guard Dan Alexander, 250 pounds. Joe Fields, the center, 245. Randy Rasmussen, 255. Chris Ward, 269. And Marvin Powell, 271.
The Jets shift into an unbalanced line to the right side now as they go on 2nd and 10. Unbalanced line to the right. Todd, play action fake. He's back to throw. He fires to the left. It is complete to Durkin at the 30, and he's brought down at about the 38. Maybe the 39. Haynes up there to make the stop with Nelson on Scott Durkin. So the Jets overloaded the right side. They shifted to tackle Chris Ward to the right, who lined up alongside of Marvin Powell, giving them an unbalanced line, strong right, and they went back to the other side with the pass to Durkee. The gain of 9, third down and a yard to go for the Jets at their own 39-yard line. Jets trying to go left to right. In the backfield with Richard Todd. Lone setback is Long. They have Durkee on the left wing. The give comes to Long to the left side, driving first down. Across the 40 to the 41 and 42 before Sam Hunt, Steve King, Tim Fox wrap him up. But it's enough for a Jet first down, and they keep their drive alive here in the opening quarter. It is 7-0 in favor of the Jets with 8.5 minutes in the clock running. The ball at the Jet 42.
And down at Washington, St. Louis has gone out on top of Washington in the first period, 7-0 as well.
St. Louis winners of 3 in a row after losing 8 straight. Wide to the right for New York is Derek Gaffney. To the left side is Wesley Walker. The backs Long and Durkee in a closed set behind Richard Todd. On first down and 10 at their own 42. Todd is back to throw, looks to the right, flares. It is complete to Long at the 40. Long is at the 50 and knocked down at the Patriot 49. But it's another first down. Or no, it's not. Not quite a first down, I don't think. Very close. Nelson over there with Hamilton for the Patriots. But the Jets offense so far is sticking to flare passes in the running game, and they're doing a good job of it. The chains come out for a measurement. This program authorized by the New England Patriots Football Club of the National Football League solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the accounts or descriptions of this game without the express written consent of the New England Patriots Football Club or WBZ Radio is prohibited. They're a foot shy of a first down, so the Jets pick up 9 yards plus on first down. It'll be second and less than 1 for the Jets at the New England Patriots 48-yard line.
And looking at second-year running back Kevin Long, he has picked up 710 yards on 150 carries, averaging 4.7 yards per carry, has 7 TDs, and ranks 5th in the American Conference. So he is coming on strong in his second year, Kevin Long.
The Jets second down and a yard to go at the Patriot 48-yard line. They're just over midfield. They've got Walker left and Gaffney right. Both of them are dangerous deep receivers. Todd could go deep on second and short. He doesn't. He gives to Durkee up the middle, and he bursts for a first down to the Patriot 43. And so the Jets have another first down. First and 10 at the Patriot 43-yard line. The Jets now marching the ball in pretty good shape. They started this drive at their own 29-yard line, and they've driven all the way down to the Patriot 43. They lead 7-0 with 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. If they jump on top 14-0, look out. Walker left, Gaffney right. Backs in a wide split. Durkee to the left side and Long to the right behind quarterback Richard Todd. Markham tight right. Play action fake, pump fake right. Now Todd lets it go to the other side. It's complete to Long and across the 45 to about the 43. I thought that the Jets were in motion. The right offensive tackle, Marvin Powell, moved before the snap of the ball, but apparently he did not. There is no gain on that play, as Todd faked the little flare to the left and then pivoted around and went to the right side to Long, but it was no gain.
He was under a lot of pressure from Bishop that time, and that's why he had to hurry that screen. He didn't have time to make the proper fake of a screen to the left side and set it up, so good defensive pressure by Bishop.
Second down and 10 for the Jets at the Patriots 43. They've got Gaffney to the left side and Walker to the right. As Todd calls signals on second and 10. Long count. He's straight back to throw. Sets it up. Being rushed. He's going to be sacked and dropped back across midfield at the 49 by Richard Bishop.
Good solid hit. Bishop got through just when Todd was trying to break down that rush and get up the middle there, but Bishop came in laterally and made a good stick on him.
Dropped him back at midfield for a loss of 7 yards. They mark it at the 50-yard line. It'll be third down and 17 for the Jets at midfield. Third and 17. Hunt is out and Kostick is in. Nelson is out, and the Patriots go with a 4-man front. No, Nelson is still in. They're going to go with a 3-man front. All right, set to go. The Jets third down. 17 yards to go at midfield. Walker to the right, Gaffney to the left. Todd straight back to throw. Sets it up. Here's the rush. He gets the ball away to the left. Go long, and he drops it.
Good coverage.
Yeah, Ray Kostick was over there with Nelson, and a good rush on Todd. Good, strong defensive series for the Patriots after they had bent down to their 43-yard line. They mustered it up and drove the Jets back to midfield. So New York will punt.
Exactly, Gil. Good coverage on the two outside receivers, forcing Richard Todd to go to his swingmen, his safety valve, on 2 plays, and he got some yardage out of it, but then good pressure and good coverage on the outside receivers to stop this drive.
Chuck Ramsey, averaging 42 yards a punt, stands at his 34-yard line. Haynes is deep for the Patriots at his 12. Very little win factor right now. 4th down. Chuck Ramsey set to punt for the Jets. Awaiting the snap. It's in there on the money. Takes his time and he runs it out. Tumbling punt. Haynes under it at the 15. Heading to the right at the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, cuts to the inside at the 45, and he's out to midfield on a beautiful punt return by Michael Haynes. No flags, that's right. Wow. Excellent punt return by Michael Haynes. He took it back 35 yards to midfield, and so the Patriots are in good field position. 1st and 10 at midfield. Let's take a timeout with a score. The Jets 7 and the Patriots nothing.
Homeowners, are oil burner repairs killing your budget? Is your present service contract too high? Douglas Oil has a fabulous offer for you. You see, Douglas Oil offers you complete protection with an all-inclusive oil burner contract for only $15 per year. You heard right, $15 per year when you buy your oil from Douglas. Listen, no limit on service calls, day or night. Includes parts, labor, annual cleanups. No gimmicks. Parts covered listed, parts not covered are listed. Money cheerfully refunded if not completely satisfied within 60 days. Why pay more? Examine our contract today. No obligation. Call today or stop in. Check out the new super discount on oil. Save 2.5 cents per gallon for prompt payment. Douglas Oil. Thousands of satisfied customers in the area. Check the conservation specials on boilers and burners. Stop in today. Douglas Oil, 667 Douglas Avenue, Providence, or call 331-5223. 331-5223. Douglas Oil. Super service from a super company with a super deal.
Well, a fine punt return, Gino, by Michael Haynes. 35-yard return to midfield. Puts the Patriots in good field position. They seem to be getting into the swim of things a little bit.
A little better. Their defense, I think, gave them a little lift with that nice defensive stand when the Jets appeared to be moving the ball, leading 7-0. They could choose to pick away. They had good field position to start as well, Gil, at the 30-yard line. But a scintillating return by Michael Haynes. He caught that ball with a Jet defender right on top of him, gave him a little sidestep, and then quickly right up the middle, broke to the outside like only Michael Haynes can do. And we haven't seen enough of that this year because he is the kind of guy you look for in a situation like that. He's the kind of guy that can do it.
And he does it so effortlessly.
And the reason we mention flags, because every time we've seen any kind of return this year, there's always been a flag.
1st and 10, Patriots at midfield. Cunningham and Johnson to the backs. Out of the left slot in motion, right goes Jackson. Play action fake. It's a receiver screen to Morgan at the left at 50, 45, and down to the Jet 43-yard line. The wide receiver screen to Stanley Morgan. Mike Hennigan makes the tackle for New York, along with Ed Taylor. Pretty good game. About, we'll see where they place the ball. The 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 for the Patriots. Horace Ivory in and Andy Johnson out as they come in and out as the halfbacks bringing the play.
Good lateral movement by Hennigan, the inside linebacker, and it was a quick screen to the left, so he showed a lot of speed in getting out there and stopping Stanley from behind.
Jackson to the right, Morgan to the left. Backs are in a split. The give is to Cunningham to the left, driving inside the 40. 1st down to the 35, between people to the 30. Sam Cunningham just picking and choosing. Finally barreling over a guy down to the Jet 30-yard line. Ed Taylor made the tackle, and another Jet was in on the tackle who has been injured. Trying to spot his number, that will be Schaefer Suggs. Number 23, the strong safety, injured on the play. As Cunningham ripped off a nifty 13-yard run to the Jet 30-yard line. So it is 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Jet 30, and their offense is starting to crank it up. First quarter, Minnesota 7 and San Diego nothing. Giants and Eagles no score. St. Louis 7, Washington nothing. Other games today: Cleveland at Baltimore, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh, Seattle at Kansas City, Detroit at Oakland, Green Bay at Denver in a big game for both of those clubs who are shooting for divisional titles and or a wild card berth. Buffalo is at Tampa, Atlanta at Chicago, and New Orleans will be at Dallas. And tomorrow night, the Miami Dolphins at Houston to face the Oilers, and of course we're all hoping that the Oilers can do to the Dolphins what they did to the Patriots a week ago.
Interesting that Miami has followed the Patriots in their last 2 opponents. The Patriots went up to play Buffalo, and then the following week Miami went up to play Buffalo. Patriots played Houston, and now Miami plays Houston. So I'm sure they've studied the films of the Houston game with the Patriots last week and see just what went wrong for the Patriots and see if they can do anything about it. But it should be a good, tough game down at the Astrodome tomorrow night.
It is 1st and 10 for the Pats at the Jet 30-yard line. Slot left is Jackson. Wide left is Morgan. Brogan calling signals. It's a give to Andy Johnson, trying to turn it wide to the right. He's trying to cut it back. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, piled under by a host of New York Jets. Joe Klecko was there. Mike Hennigan was there. John Hennessy was there. The Jets really closed that one out. It's a loss to the 31-yard line, a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
Well, what I think happened there, Gil, John Hanna pulling from the left side, left guard, going right. He could not get that corner, could not turn that block in, and he was forced to take his man out, forcing Andy Johnson to cut inside. And when he cut inside, that's where the Jet support was, and there was just nowhere to go. But I think it was designed to go wide to the outside.
Ivory is in at a halfback spot. He's at the right half. Cunningham left half. Out of the right slot in motion left goes Jackson. Brogan back to throw on 2nd and 11. Sets it up. Goes long and deep for Russ Francis. Overthrown, incomplete.
And well covered.
You betcha. Double coverage on Francis, being provided by Suggs and Burgess Owens.
Harold Jackson had some room over here on the left side, and I think Steve was already set to throw to Francis in that corner, but he had inside-outside coverage, and there was just no chance for that one. Surprised that he threw it there.
So the Patriots are faced with 3rd and 11 at the Jet 31. Field goal from this point would amount to a 48-yard kick if they don't pick up any yardage here. Johnson comes in with the play. 4 minutes, 25 seconds to go. First quarter, the Jets lead 7-0. Patriots break the huddle. Jackson wide right, Morgan wide left. Francis split off 2 yards to the right. The backs are split. Brogan is back to throw. Good protection. Sets it up. Fires for Andy Johnson. Incomplete at the 20-yard line. 4th down.
Well, at this point, Steve is a little bit off on his throwing, and the thing that has hampered him throughout his career, overthrowing a little bit, seems to be bothering him today. He's a little high with his passes.
All right, the Patriots bring on the field goal unit. A field goal attempt will come from the 38-yard line. It'll be a 48-yard kick for David Posey. He is 0 for 1 between the 40 and 49-yard mark. If he makes it, it'll be the longest field goal of his career, his young career. Dick Kahn will hold. They mark it at the 37. So they're 6 yards back.
Yeah, they're a little
tight.
They're a little tight. There
now
he goes.
Kahn moves it back. Okay. Marking it at the 38-yard line. The angle to the left for Posey. The snap is high, but he gets it away, and it's partially blocked. Goes into the end zone for an automatic touchback, and the Jets will come out at their own 20. So the Patriots get nothing out of a drive that started out in a very promising fashion. The snap was a little high. Kahn didn't get it down all that well, and Posey didn't kick it all that well, and I think it might have even been partially blocked.
I don't think it was partially blocked. And the way I saw it anyway, he hit it too high in the belly, and it was just didn't even get airborne. It was not a good attempt because they were not lined up properly. They seemed to rush the kick and lost their poise somewhat, and it had the effect, I think, on the miss.
Well, the first thing they did wrong was mark the spot improperly.
Right.
They were marked at the 37, which was 6 yards back from the line of scrimmage rather than the customary 7. Then they moved back, and they got the whole thing fouled up. So it's 1st and 10 for the Jets at their own 31-yard line. I think I said earlier at the 20. I'm sorry. 1st and 10 at the 31, as the kick was no good. 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go first quarter. The Giants have gone ahead of the Eagles 7-0. So we have 4 7-0 games right now in the NFL. Minnesota over San Diego, the Giants over the Eagles, Cardinals over the Redskins, and the Jets over the Patriots 7-0. Patriots, Gino, on that drive started out with some fire, but seemed to butter out.
It wasn't a consistent drive. You know, it was like one big play, and each series of downs got them the type of yardage they needed. One good run by Cunningham got them into territory, and then that little swing pass also. But other than that, the other plays were not productive.
All right, the Jets with a lone setback long in the backfield. First down for Richard Todd at his own 31. It is Long trying to head to the left. He slips and is hit, spins away, comes back to the other side, heading for the 30-yard line, and he is met right there by Ray Claiborne, who drops him down at about the 34. Great piece of running by Long. He went to the left side, and there was no room at all.
Looked like he was thrown down for about a 2-3 yard loss, bounced off it. Amazing that he got out of that pile and picked up 4 yards, Gil.
2nd down and 6. Nice piece of running by Kevin Long to get to the 35-yard line. Jets in their new uniforms, green shirts, green helmets, a darker green than they used to wear, and different striping. They've got Gaffney to the right and Walker to the left. Again, the lone setback is Long as the Jets are working a double tight end. Long gets the call to the right, slips through a hole and comes across to the 40-yard line, close to the 41 and close to a first down. Up to make the tackle was Steve King. They had a shot at him at the line of scrimmage and couldn't bring him down. And the Jets, I think, have a first down or darn close to it. They should have stopped him at about the line of scrimmage and did not. Now the chains come out for a measurement with 3:15 to go in the opening quarter. And the Jets in front, 7-0. And the Patriots, thus far, not showing too many signs of life. They're a little bit short, inches shy. So it's 3rd and inches for the Jets at their own 41.
Well, if there is a decision as to which side of the line of scrimmage has the momentum at this point, it definitely falls on the side of the Jets, Gil. They seem to be playing just with a little more intensity, a little more fervor. They seem to be up for this game. They have some amends after that big loss. And, of course, everybody knew that. The Patriots were well aware of that. They discussed it all week. It was going to be a different ball game, and they knew that. So this is no surprise that this team can play tough. It's just a question of whether they can sustain something like this throughout the game.
Wouldn't surprise me to see the Jets try to go long here, take a shot at it. 3rd down and less than a yard at the 41. Now they go to Kevin Long to the left side, and he smacks to the line of scrimmage. Tries to drive his nose forward. I think he got the first down. He did. Off to the left side. First down for the New York Jets. And so they keep their drive alive at their own 42-yard line. 1st and 10, New York, their own 42. 2.5 minutes and the clock running in the first quarter.
San Diego has come back to tie Minnesota in their game. 7-7.
Jets lead here 7-0. Walker wide to the right, Gaffney to the left. Fullback is Long, offset left half is Durkin. Richard Todd calling signals for the Jets. Patriots shifting up along the line of scrimmage, moving people around. Todd on handoff to no one. Play action fake. Todd throwing long and deep for Wesley Walker. Coverage there, intercepted by Claiborne. At the 10, he's got a clear field at the left. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. To the left side, to the inside at the 45, to midfield. Out of the Jet 47. Brilliant return. Had a lot of room, and he really took it upfield, and the Patriot is injured. I think it's, might be Nelson. Patriot is injured right in front of their bench. Interception, a great interception by Claiborne as there was double coverage on Walker. Claiborne intercepted at the 10 and ran it all the way back to the Jet 48-yard line. But the Patriots have an injured player on the field who appears to be in pain.
Can you see who it is?
I can't. It at first appeared to be Nelson. But I really couldn't pick out the number all that well, so I don't want to take a guess at it because I can't see it from our angle. So the interception by Claiborne gives the Patriots field position. Certainly don't want to lose anybody at any time. But the one guy that the Patriots, I think, Gino, could least afford to lose on defense is Nelson.
Oh, boy, that would be about the toughest loss any team could suffer. He's a leader as well as a extraordinary football player.
Well, let's pause 15 seconds. This is the BZ Patriots Football Network.
Your music and much more, including Paul Harvey with news mornings at 8:30, news and commentary afternoons at 12:30, and the rest of the story broadcast, little-known facts about famous people and events, afternoons 3:05, 11:10, WHIM Providence.
Steve Nelson is the injured player, but he is up and walking off on his own steam and sitting down on the far end of the bench with Tom Helian taking a look at him, along with Dr. Benjamin Crowdy and Dr. Jack Cadigan, all taking a look at Steve.
When you saw a lot of the players around there, you knew it was someone that they had a great deal of respect for.
1st and 10 Patriots, the Jet 48. Brogan on first down to Johnson, slashing to the right side, is stripped up as he gets to about the 45-yard line. Making the tackle off the grass was John Hennessy. Just reached out a paw and brought him down. They mark it at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of About 2 yards. 2nd down and 8 for the Patriots. Ivory comes in. Johnson comes out. Patriots with a pass interception and return by Claiborne set up for this. The Giants and Cardinals are both ahead, 14-0 now. Slot left Jackson, wide left Morgan. Grogan with his backs in a wide split on 2nd and 8. Grogan is back to throw. Sets it up. What time? He fires to the right, complete to Ivory at the 40. Horace jukes to the outside, and he's trying to stay on his feet and is buried at the 39-yard line. He was trying to cut it back to the left side. He had a first down initially, and I think when he cut back and tried to gain more yardage, he lost the first down.
Exactly. He had it going right towards the New York Jet bench. Had he continued on course, he would have had the first down and maybe picked up another 2 to 3 yards because the pressure was coming and forcing him to go out of bounds. But the type of runner he is, he just does not like to go out of bounds. He does not like to go down. He twists and turns, cut back, almost fell down, kept his balance, putting his left hand down, keeping himself up. And in doing so, he was still up, so the play continued.
Double tight ends for the Patriots with Hasselbeck on the left wing. 3rd down and a yard to go at the Jet 39. Cunningham left side, hurdles. And let's see if he got the first down or not. I don't know. They're going to bring the chains out as Cunningham tried to leap over the left side of the Patriot offensive line. Hennigan was there. They place it just inside the 39-yard line. Let's see where that stick is. Well, yeah, that's a first down. That's a first down.
You really think so?
I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They're going to bring the chains out. I guarantee it.
Oh, Gil, that's a strong statement from you.
Well, I have been eating all that garlic. Makes it extra strong. What did I tell you?
Oh, by a clove of garlic, you got to believe. I couldn't have been that sure as you were, I want to tell you.
Well, I used that extra sharp vision that I got from eating all that garlic last night.
I was wondering why everybody's staring up at us here.
The crowd is being buried. 1st and 10 Patriots at the Jet 38.
Where is it emanating from? That's what they're saying.
Morgan is left. Jackson is right. On the left wing is Ivory. The whistle blows. The gun goes off. That's the end of the quarter. So they'll come back down the field and play right in front of us for the 2nd quarter. Score at the end of the 1st quarter. Play at Shea Stadium in New York. The Jets 7, the Patriots nothing.
Where can you get beautiful real wood rusticated beams? At your lumber yard or at Rusticated Beams Home Center. Rusticated beams are the quality finishing touch for any room's decor. Rusticated Beams Home Center has everything for your home. Paneling, insulation, hardware, tools, and more. All brand name merchandise. See the original Rusticated Beams at Rusticated Beams Home Center, 1542 Main Street, West Warwick. Accept no substitute for genuine Rusticated beams. WHI from the LP Suite Love Feelings. This is Jerry Reed.
Looks like the best of all possible worlds coming up weather-wise on the weekend.
Hello again, everyone. This is Howard Cosell speaking of sports, injuries in professional football.
And more on 1110 WHIM.
Well, Gino, your impressions of the 1st quarter that sees the Jets leading 7-0.
Well, the quick touchdown didn't seem to faze the team. I thought that perhaps it might rattle them some because of the situation being what it is with the Patriots and with the Jets, but they seem to stay cool about it and have continued to get their offense going a little bit at a time. And once again, the good interception by Raymond Claiborne put them into position, as did the punt return by Michael Haynes. But with this good field position now, they got to get something out of it, Gil. They did not get anything out of the first one. And now with the second one here, where they're on the move somewhat at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10. It's a nice opportunity, a nice situation to be in.
Wide to the left side is Morgan. Wide to the right is Jackson. Grogan calling signals as backs are split. They give us to Ivory to the right, slashing across the line of scrimmage and down to the Jet 35-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for Horace Ivory, a hard 3. Lawrence Pillars makes the tackle for the Jets. It's 2nd down and 7 for the Patriots. Johnson in and Ivory out. Pillars, Klecko on the defensive front for the Jets, along with Abdul Salam in their 3-man front. Patriots out, 2nd down, 7. Jets 35. Morgan left, Jackson right. Cunningham the fullback, offset left half Johnson. Tight end right Francis. Brogan play action, back to throw. Rolls to the right, fires the screen. It is caught at the New York 32-yard line on a great diving catch by Andy Johnson. Made a heck of a catch, pulling that off the ground.
Unfortunately, it was only good for about 2 yards because pressure once again. Steve Grogan with play action rolling out to the right side. Got pressure from the backside. John Hanna there to protect. He made the block, but it was just a little bit late, and it forced Grogan to throw back a little sooner than he wanted to, and consequently threw it low. Andy Johnson dove for it, one-handed it, made the catch, but as we pointed out, only good for a couple of yards.
3rd down and 3 for the Patriots at the Jet 32. Jackson right, Morgan left. Brogan on a give to Cunningham to the left. He's not going to make it. Penalty marker down. Penalty flag down as Cunningham is stopped at the 30-yard line after a gain of 2 yards.
Well, Cunningham was stutter-stepping going into there in that situation. A 3rd and 3, you like to see that back slashing in there because if you can pick up 2 yards, then you can go for it on 4th down. But it was imperative that they get a couple of yards out of that line thrust to the left side. But anyway, it would have been for naught because the Patriots are going to be called for a holding. One of the few flags we've seen so far in the ball game, Gil. It's been a game played relatively free of penalties. But this one is going to be a costly one for the Patriots, coming at a bad time for them.
Offensive. The Jets decline the holding call, so it is 4th down.
Wow.
At the Jet 31-yard line. 4th and a long 2.
Oh, you got to go for it.
Yeah, the offense is staying on the field. 4th and a long 2. But rather than 3rd and 12, the Patriots are faced with 4th and 2. Now Johnson comes in and Ivory comes out, and the Patriots will go for it.
And I have to believe that that's going to be your receiver right here, Andy Johnson. Quick swing out, anything like that for a quick two yards.
All right, 4th down, 2 yards to go for the Patriots at the Jet 31-yard line. Crowd whooping it up at Shea. They've got Morgan to the left and Jackson to the right. The backs are split. Brogan on 4th and 2. Brogan long count. Penalty marker down. The Patriots had Sam Adams pull up before the snap of the ball.
Gil, this is the thing that surprises me a little bit. You know, the poise got to be in the favor of an experienced team and a veteran team, and the Patriots on a long count, they were hoping to draw the Jets offside, and in doing so, they could not hold it themselves.
So it is 4th down now and 7 yards to go, and here comes the kicking unit. Or is it? Yeah, it's the kicking team. And I would imagine it is the punting team. I can't see them going for a field goal. Yeah, it is the punting team. Gerald Wilson is in. So the Patriots cook their own goose, so to speak. They had 4th and 2, but illegal motion, and they lose the ball.
That's a definite
turn it over.
Long count.
Harper back deep for the Jets inside the 10. He is flanked by Ken Schroy to the right. And Bobby Jones to the left. Snap comes in to Gerald Wilson, hits it high, spinning down and caught on the far side of the field by Schroy. Up the right side, 20, 25, 30, 35. Hit and brought down by King across the 40 at the 43. Incredible. He caught it right on the sideline and just zipped up the side of the field. There was everybody there, and they let him get away.
Caught the ball at the 9-yard line along with another defender. He had nowhere to go. There must have been a yard only down the sidelines, and he managed to just squeeze right down that sideline all the way out to the 40-yard line before anybody could knock him out of bounds.
Poor play there by the Patriots special team. Let's take a timeout with a score. The Jets 7, the Patriots nothing.
Something extra in the form of a smile, extra service, even more worthwhile. Something extra coming your way from InBank every day.
Something extra. It's InBank Super 7 Reward. You'll earn super high interest plus one of more than 40 expensive gifts with this new savings account at InBank. Gifts like a new car, boat, mink coat, and more. InBank Super 7 Reward. It's a valuable gift and super interest. Now that's something extra.
Something extra all over the street. Something extra.
Member FDIC.
Well, right now, with 13:21 to go in the first quarter, Gino, there's no question the Patriots are playing very, very poorly indeed. They've had great field position the last two times they had the ball, at midfield and at the Jet 48, and have gotten 0 out of it. You can't mess around with the Jets.
And you're talking about the team leading American Conference in rushing.
First and 10, New York. I formation now. Long and Durkin in the backfield. The pitch to Durkin, or rather to the right side. Penalty marker down. The pitch went to Darnell Powell. The Jets' right side of the offensive line was moving before the snap count. So that'll cost the Jets 5 yards and move the ball back to the 36-yard line, make it first and 15.
And touching on that a little further, Gil, the Patriots lead the American Conference total offense. 375 yards per game. They lead the league in rushing, 197 yards a game. And they're passing 176 yards a game. So that offense, as high-powered as they are and leading in those departments, you certainly would expect more out of that field position than what they got.
First down and 15 yards to go for the Jets, just across the 35 at the 36. Gaffney is in the right slot. Wide to the right is Walker. Durkin now joins Long in the backfield. The give is to Long, to the left side, across the 35 and out to the 40-41, so they make up the lost yardage, picking up 5 yards. It'll be second down and 10. Kevin Long stopped by Rod Schote and Greg Schaum, playing the right defensive end on this series. Bishop at nose tackle and Lunsford at left end. Second down and 10, New York at their own 41. They break the huddle with Gaffney wide to the right and Walker to the left. Jerome Barkham, the tight end, right. Long the fullback offset left half is Durkin. Todd barking signals for the Jets. He is straight back to throw. Flares it to the right. It is complete to Long at the 40. Hit at the 45 and spins to the 46. Bishop finally brought him down. Nelson back in the ball game. Hit him first, spun him around, and then Bishop flattened him at the 46. So it is third down and 4 for the Jets. Third and 4 for New York at the New York Jet 46-yard line.
Nice play by Tony McGee on that play, rushing from the left side. He saw the swing man Long going out to the right side. He stopped his rush and drifted back with him, and that certainly helped.
All right, the Jets come up to the line of scrimmage with Harper now in the backfield joining Long. Walker is to the right, Gaffney to the left. Third down and 4. Richard Todd back to throw. Here's the rush. He's going to be sacked by Richard Bishop. Great play by Bishop. He came hard and beat Randy Rasmussen to make the sack on Todd. That's Bishop's second sack of the game and the second sack for the Patriots. Fourth down and the Jets forced to punt.
Boy, he did a number on Randy Rasmussen, 12-year veteran for the New York Jets. Ricky Bishop just fought him off, knocked him back, went in and made the sack.
All right, Ramsey at his 22 to punt for the Jets, and Morgan is deep for the Patriots. He'll be looking up into a bright sun at his 23-yard line. Flanked by Kahn to the right, Westbrook to the left. Ramsey's punt is away, and it is a dandy. Morgan is under it at the 20-yard line, heading to the right at the 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. He's at midfield at the 45, and he's out of bounds. Inside Jet territory at about the 47 or 48. Another excellent punt return, this one by Stanley Morgan, as he took it back some 32 yards. And the Patriots again have outstanding field position. Now they've had it twice and have done nothing with it. Let's see what they do this time. The ball will be marked down at the New York Jet 43-yard line. So the return was 37 yards for Stanley Morgan. First and 10 Patriots with a score. The Jets 7, the Patriots nothing. Let's take a timeout.
Just as there's lots of excitement in New England Patriots football, there's excitement in a Regency scanner. You see, more people are listening to the real drama of police, fire, emergency calls, and more on a Regency Action Radio. You'll hear the news while it's happening and from where it's happening. These busy little monitor radio scanners constantly search for an active signal automatically. Stop to hear a message being transmitted, then search for a reply or another message. No fiddling with dials, and you don't need any technical knowledge to operate Regency Action Radio scanners. If you want to get the inside story, get a Regency scanner. Then you'll really know what goes on in your town. There's a wide choice of models from $84.95 and up to the new no crystal units. plus a special factory rebate. Regency. When it comes to scanners, they lead the league.
See your nearby Regency dealer, Ann and Hope, all stores, Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Save Right of Woonsocket, Providence and Warwick, and Tony Goodrich Television City, Cranston.
1st and 10 Patriots. At the Jet, 43. Grogan calling signals. The give comes to Cunningham to the right side. He's inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Tackle on the play by Schaefer Suggs of the Jets, along with linebacker Larry Keller. Pete Brock is in at right guard, replacing Sam Adams, and we don't know what is wrong with Adams, but Sam is out, and Pete Brock is in as the right guard on this offensive series. The ball at the Jet, 38-yard line. We're at 2nd down and 5 for the Patriots. Jackson to the left, Morgan to the right. The backs are split. Cunningham and Ivory in the backfield, and Russ Francis goes offside. So that'll cost them the 5 yards they just gained. Make it 2nd and 10. Patriots are rapidly digging themselves a hole. They've had great field position the last 3 times. They came up empty the first 2 times, and now they have just botched things up with an offside penalty, illegal procedure penalty, costing them 5 yards. Johnson comes in, Ivory comes out with a different play.
These are the things that break whatever rhythm you're starting to develop offensively, and it's costly.
Francis lines up tight to the right. Jackson is wide to the right, Morgan to the left. It is 2nd and 10 at the Jet. 43-yard line. Grogan on a draw to Johnson, coming across the line of scrimmage to the 40-yard line and a gain of 3. Make it 3rd down and 7 for the Patriots. At the New York Jet 40-yard line, linebacker Bob Martin in on the tackle for the Jets.
And get a load of this, Gil. St. Louis 21, Washington nothing in the 2nd period. And you got to believe that Washington may have been looking ahead to Dallas next week, and in doing so, they forgot about the Cardinals.
That's right. Looking ahead
at this point, anyway.
Game. They're trailing the Cardinals 21-0. My goodness. Wide to the right is Jackson. To the left is Morgan. Hasselbeck is tight to the right. 3rd and 7 Patriots. Grogan back to throw. Sets it up. Fires. It is complete to Morgan, and he is planted at the 35, shy of a 1st down. 4th down for the Patriots. They mark the ball down at the 34-yard line, so it'll be 4th down and a yard. And the Patriots, I believe, will go for it. Making the tackle for the New York Jets was cornerback Ed Taylor. So the Patriots go on 4th and a yard at the Jet 34. Jets drop out 2 defensive backs and bring in 2 extra players, a lineman.
What's going on here?
Patriots trying to run players onto the field. All right, 4th down, a yard to go at the Jet 34. They give us to Johnson to the right, driving for a 1st down. He's hurled back, but I think he had the 1st down anyway. Depends if they give him forward progress to the 32-yard line. His forward progress was, they give him forward progress just inside the 33. I don't know. Let's see. Now that'll be a 1st down. 1st down, Patriots. There was some confusion there. First, McKay started to run on the field, then Adams, and they both ran off.
This is one of the things I've noticed about the team today, Gil. They have not displayed the type of poise that you would want. You had 2 players trying to come from the bench, run on the field when it was too late, and they just seemed to be unsure of what they were doing.
1st and 10 for the Patriots at the Jet 32. Jackson to the right, Morgan to the left. Cunningham and Andy Johnson to the setbacks. Grogan on a give to Cunningham. Try to turn it wide to the left. He needs blocking. He doesn't get it. He runs out of bounds. Back at about the 33-yard line, they lose a yard. Chased out on the far side, Bob Martin. Over there to chase him out. He strung it out, along with Joe Klecko and Ed Taylor all over there, stringing the play out. And Patriots lose a yard. Make it 2nd and 11 for the Patriots at the Jet 33. Patriots having trouble running against the Jets.
And especially to the left side.
Now Ivory is in and Johnson is out. 7-0 New York, 9 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Here at Shea Stadium in New York City. Brilliant sky. Sunshiny and clear. Clear as a bell. 2nd and 11. Grogan on the fake Statue of Liberty. It is the Statue of Liberty to Cunningham. Trying to turn it to the left. And he's to the 30, to the 29-yard line and stops there.
Ooh.
mark. Mark Merrill made the tackle for the Jets. I thought for a moment it was a fake Statue of Liberty, but it was not. It was a modified Statue of Liberty to Cunningham.
And it was developing beautifully. I'm sure when Sam Cunningham looks at the films, he's going to say, too bad he didn't continue to go to the outside with it because it was wide open.
They'll give the Patriots a third down now and a long 6 at the Jet 29. Third down. Call it 7. Slot left Francis. Now he comes in motion to the right side. Brogan calling signals. Straight back to throw. Lots of protection. Fires for Francis. Incomplete at the 25. Overthrown and nearly intercepted. Keller and Mark Merrill were there to knock it down. Fourth down for the Patriots. And the field goal team comes on. A 47-yard attempt will be tried by David Posey, and the Patriot offense continues to sputter here in the first half, and the Jets defense understandably gets a standing ovation. The Jets lead 7-0, and they're outplaying the Patriots at this point. All right, Posey with a field goal attempt from the 37 yards away. 47 yards away. They mark it at the 37-yard line. Kahn to hold. Snap ball down. The kick by Posey is up, and it is good. It just made it. 47 yards. David Posey just made it. A low kick. I didn't think when it left his foot that it had the legs, but it just kept hanging in there. It didn't die, and just cleared the crossbar.
It wasn't your picture end-over-end place kick. It just flared its way down, almost a dead ball type of kick, but the ball carried and just got over the crossbar. I got to believe that's a big field goal.
You better believe it. At least they got some points out of it, because
big ones, and then there are bigger ones, and this has got to be a big field goal in this ball game.
So a 47-yard field goal by David Posey, and the Patriots have cut the Jet lead to 7-3. That for David Posey is the longest field goal of his National Football League career. The Patriots cutting the lead to 7-3 with 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Let's pause 15 seconds. This is the BZ Patriots Football Network.
Football fans, you may like him, you may hate him, but you can't ignore him. Howard Cosell. WHIM is the place to hear Howard Cosell sports commentary, speaking of sports. Weekday mornings at 8:45, 1110 WHIM Providence.
To receive the kickoff from David Posey, Bruce Harper to the near side, to the far side, Darnell Powell. Bruce Harper, an excellent kickoff return man, averaging 23 yards a return thus far. And he's been busy. He's returned 36 kickoffs. All right, Posey set to kick it off for the Patriots. 7-3 the Jets. 8:12 to go, second quarter. Patriots finally getting on the board on Posey's 47-yard field goal. The Giants lead the Eagles 14-0, second quarter. The Cardinals lead the Redskins 21-0, second quarter. San Diego, Minnesota tied at 7-7. All right, Posey set to kick it off. He's into the ball, and it's a booming kickoff to Harper. At the goal line, he drops it, picks it up to the 5, 10, 15, 20, heading to the left at the 25, and stops shy of the 25-yard line at the 24. Good coverage there by the Patriots coverage teams. Don Westbrook, one of the better special team players down there, with another one of the better special team players, Raymond Kostick.
Good coverage and a good strong kick, Gil. Came right down at the goal line, and he bobbled it a little bit, but good coverage as well. Good strong kick.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Jets at their own 25. Now they line up long in the backfield with Darnell Powell. Offset as the left halfback. They've got Walker to the left and Gaffney to the right. They give us the long to the right side, and he cracks up to about the 28, 29-yard line before he's spilled down by Steve King, the left side linebacker. The ball is marked at the 29-yard line, and it's a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Jets at their own 29, going right to left. Ball on the near hash mark, just about directly out in front of our vantage point here at Shea, which is not the best in the world as far as broadcast booths are concerned. Jets come out with a double tight end offense now. They said Walker just split off a yard to the left side. The handoff comes to Powell to the right. He slants across the line of scrimmage. A flag is down. He is hit and buried by a host of Patriots. Lunsford, King, Greg Boyd, offensive holding the call against the Jets. Slowly but surely, the Patriots defense is starting to take control of the Jets offense, Gino.
Right, and there's only one thing that I think at this point we might have to be aware of or not sure of, and that's Richard Todd throwing that ball with those two fine outside receivers. They are certainly a threat to get deep pass patterns and deep receptions with that passing combo. So he has not thrown yet and tried many long ones. He's tried one. Raymond Claymore came up with the interception, but should they start to open up with their passing game, we'll have to wait and see how the Patriots defend against that. Although the Jets have been sacked already 28 times this year, so that's in the Patriots' favor.
All right, the Jets are second down and 15 at their own 19-yard line. Todd on play action. Back to throw. He fires a screen to the left. It is complete to Powell at the 20, long, and he is dropped at the 23. Excellent defensive play made by the Patriots there as linebacker Rod Schultz really made an excellent football play.
Right. Jerome Barkham, the tight end, was trying to get an angle in order to block Schultz. He couldn't, and Schultz just juked him a couple of times. Barkham did not have any kind of movement or stable ground in order to try to block, and when he couldn't, Schultz just was right there to plant him.
Third down and 11 yards to go for the Jets at their own 23-yard line. Now King is out, and into the ball game is Ray Kostick on a passing situation. The backs are split. Walker to the left, Gaffney to the right. Into the right slot is Jones. Back to throw is Todd. He lets it go long and deep, and it is overthrown, intended for Jerome Barkham, who was covered step for step, make no mistake about it, by Michael Haynes. So the Patriot defense again does the job. The Jets have 7 points, but you can't blame it on the defense. A pass interception and a return to the 1-yard line, and then they just popped it in one play. Other than that, the Patriot defense has totally dominated the Jets offense. Ramsey stands at his 7 to punt away. Deep for the Patriots at his own 40-yard line is Stanley Morgan. Patriots could get good field position again. 6.5 minutes to go, first half, 7-3 Jets. Ramsey handles a good snap. Patriots peel back, and the punt is away by Ramsey. Coming down to Haynes, to Morgan at the 35. He cuts back to the 30, heads to the 35, 40, 45, 50. Penalty marker down to the Jet 42-yard line. Bad call. Bad call. I saw where he threw the flag, and I saw the block, and it was not a clip, no question about it, but the player, Joe Fields, Gino, turned his back.
Right, as they do.
He turned his back and made it look or appear as though he had been clipped.
Sidney Brown, I believe, was coming over there. He had the angle. He kept it high. He did not throw the block, just a high shoulder block. And he made the little pirouette, put himself in position in front of the official.
So the ball will go back inside the Patriot 25-yard line rather than being out close to midfield. The ball is at the Patriot 23 with a 1st and 10 coming up with 6:16 to go here in the first half. 7-3, the Jets leading. First down, 10 yards to go for the Patriots at their own 24. Right now, we'd like to bring you up to date on the scoreboard. In the second quarter, San Diego and Minnesota 7-7. In the second quarter, the Giants 14 and the Eagles nothing. In the second quarter, St. Louis 21 and Washington nothing. All right, let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is the BZ Patriots Football Network.
The WHIM morning team. Joe Lavera with your music. Jim Meade with complete news. Plus Paul Harvey, Howard Cosell, your chance to win in trivia, and Norm McDonald weather. If you think you have to go anywhere else in the morning, you're wrong. 1110 WHIM Providence.
Okay, if there are two things that we could say about the game thus far, it would be that the Patriot defense is playing superbly, and the Patriot offense is sputtering quite a bit here in the first half thus far. Wouldn't you agree, Gino?
Absolutely. I'm just looking at the chart. The Jets with their first series, because you can't really call their first series a bona fide series. They got the ball at the 1-yard line following that interception from Burgess Owens, but on their second series, they were able to get one first down, and after that, the Patriots have just shut them down and forced them to kick, and they've been getting good field position following interceptions and punt returns.
1st and 10 at their own 24. Grogan calling signals. It's Andy Johnson to the right side, turning across the 25, 30, hurdles a man, 35. Andy running hard to the 40, breaking tackles out to the 41. What a great run. 17-yard run by Andy Johnson, and just a thing of beauty. Jumping over people, sidestepping, breaking tackles, finally ridden out on the near side by Burgess Owens and Bobby Jackson of the New York Jets.
Just a perfect example of keeping those legs pumping, and that's all Andy Johnson was doing. Not so much twisting and turning. When he seemed to be hit, he just kept pumping high with those legs, and they were breaking tackles, and he continued on downfield. A superb run, Gil.
1st and 10 for the Patriots at their own 41. Ivory comes into the backfield now. On the first down play at the 41-yard line, Grogan calling signals. It's Cunningham on a quick hitter to the left side. He doesn't go very far. Maybe gets to the 43-yard line. Yeah, he seems to be shuffling up to the line of scrimmage and moving from side to side. He's not blowing in there with the authority that we've seen him over the last couple of weeks, not by the right side of the Jet defense.
Right, and with that, he loses some power and some momentum, but a lot of times if the hole's not there, a back such as Sam Cunningham will go into one of these kind of movements where you stutter step coming into the line of scrimmage. I remember Jim Nance, when he had his big years with the Patriots. Boy, when he had a hole and he got rumbling, he was dynamite. But when he had to start stutter stepping late in his career, he wasn't as effective.
2nd down and 7. Grogan in play action, back to throw, firing over the middle. Jackson's got it inside the Jet 40, down to the 37. 1st down. Grogan with a strike to Harold Jackson. Harold, the perennial pro, all pro, just a great receiver. Making the catch at the Jet 37 for a Patriot 1st down. I'd like to say hi to Darryl Stingley, listening today. Darryl's been listening to all of the Patriots games on our Patriot Football Network. We have a hookup set up in Chicago so that Darryl can hear the ball game. Some of the guys wanted me to be sure to say hi to him today and let him know that we're all thinking of him.
And I sure do, too. Hi, Darryl.
1st down, Patriots. Grogan, the handoff to Ivory to the right. Stutter stepping, turning it wide at the 30 on his feet. A flag down. Ivory still going, driving to the 25. They're going to be called for holding well after Ivory was beyond the line of scrimmage. He was about 7 yards away from the line of scrimmage when the flag went down.
Right. I have to question that call as well. One of the Jet defenders, I believe it was, let's see, who was it?
Jackson finally rode him down.
Pillars, yeah, he was back beyond the line of scrimmage into the backfield already, and Sam Cunningham was there, had him down, and it appears like the official was looking at that, but the play was already 10 yards, 15 yards beyond. Surprised that they would call holding on that.
So the ball goes back to the Jet 47, where it is 1st and 20 for the Patriots. 4 minutes to go, first half, 7-3 Jets lead. St. Louis has increased its lead to 24-0 over Washington, and Tampa leads Buffalo 10-0. Morgan left, Jackson right, Francis on the right side, left wing. It's Johnson to give to Cunningham, and he can't go anywhere. Trying to come up the middle and just pop. As he came up inside, the Jets were waiting for him, and Abdul Salam, Lawrence Pillars were there to make the tackle for the Jets. So it's 2nd and 20 for the Patriots at the Jet 47. Ivory in, Johnson out. Patriots having a great deal of difficulty running against the Jets. Great deal of difficulty.
And the penalties continue to stop their momentum momentarily.
Here they break the huddle, 2nd down and 20. Jackson right, Morgan left. Grogan back to throw on 2nd and 20. Fires at the left side to Ivory on a screen at the 50, 45. Ivory cuts back to the 40, spins off a man, cuts underneath another one, and gets down to the 38-yard line. 8-yard gain, just a brilliant piece of running by Horace Ivory. Making the tackle for the Jets was Abdul Salam at the New York 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Patriots at the Jet 38. Now the Jets drop out Tennessee and Mark Morrell, and they bring in an extra defensive back and two extra defensive backs. Playing a 6-man backfield. 3rd down and 11 Patriots at the Jet 38. Tight right is Francis. Wide right is Jackson. Wide left is Morgan. The backs are split. Grogan is straight back. Quarterback draw. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. It's a 15-yard line. A great run.
Great call.
Brilliant call and a brilliant run. Grogan with an open field. Dropped straight back, and in the quarterback draw, he just came rumbling right up the middle. Had all kinds of room, was finally tackled at the 15-yard line by Bobby Jackson, But what a brilliant call and a brilliantly executed play by Grogan and the Patriots.
Exactly, Gil. The call was magnificent, and then all you needed was the execution, and you got that as well. Consequently, an outstanding gain down to the 15.
All right, there's the 2-minute warning. Let's take a timeout with a score. The Jets 7, the Patriots 3.
When you say bud, you said a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say bud, you've gone as far as you can go to get the very best. When you say bud, you said the word that means you like to do it all. When you say bud, you said you care enough to only want the king of beers. There is no other one. There's only something left. Because the king of beers is bleeding all the rest. When you say Budweiser, you said it all. You said it all. When you say Bud, you said it all.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Get your Releno.
All righty, back at Shea in New York. 2 minutes to go in the half, 7-3 Patriots. If we didn't know we were in New York, we would have known a moment ago. One of the vendors down here was hawking his wares, saying, "Get your what, dog?" Very obvious New Yorker, native.
Yeah, it's a good thing they don't come by hollering, "Get your hot enchiladas."
That's where have those at bullfights and soccer matches. 1st and 10, Patriots at the Jet 15. Jackson right, Morgan left. Deepest Patriot penetration of the afternoon. Grogan on a give to Ivory, turning right. On his feet at the 10, bangs into a man and gets down to the 8. Boy, he is a tough, tough runner. Making the tackle for the Jets, Burgess Owens. But Ivory, for a guy who's, well, weighs less than 200 pounds, 198-pounder, 6 foot even, really is a hard running back. Hard runner. He picks up 7 yards. It is 2nd down and 3 for the Patriots at the Jet 13. Clock running with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. At the Jets 8-yard line, I'm sorry. Slot left formation. Grogan calling signals. The give comes to Johnson, sweeping right. Going to turn the corner. Stays, puts his head down and drives to about the inside the 6 to about the 5-yard line. Ridden out near side by John Hennessy of the Jets. Stops the clock with 1:17 to go in the half. The Patriots very close to a first down, but just a little bit shy at the 6-yard line. So it is 3rd and less than a yard at the Jet 6. Now Sam Adams comes in to play as a tight end, and Don Hasselbeck comes in as the extra tight end. And Patriots are set to go. They break the huddle with a 3 tight end offense. Brock to the right as a tight end. Francis to the left, Hasselbeck on the left wing. 3rd and a yard. The Jet 6. Grogan on a give to Cunningham. First down. Inside the 5 and down to the 2. Goes Sam Bam. He's hurled back by the Jets secondary. Coming up was Mark Merrill, the linebacker from Minnesota, a rookie. Tough guy, those Minnesota guys, you know. And he came up to make the hit at the 2-yard line. Now Horace Ivory comes in. As the Patriots are 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal at the Jet 2. First down, goal to go, double tight ends, Hasselbeck left wing. Grogan calling signals. Cunningham shoots to the middle and stopped as he gets to the 1-yard line. And now the Patriots call for a timeout with 37 seconds to go in the half on 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. Time now to announce this week's winner of the $250 Zaire gift certificate, drawn from the votes for the WBZ Zaire Unsung Patriot. A little drum roll, please. The Unsung Patriot is the Patriots player who best exemplifies these qualities. Plays a solid, dependable game, but never gets the recognition he deserves. Cast your ballot for the WBZ Zaire Unsung Patriot at any of the 67 Zaire stores throughout New England at the special Unsung Patriot display. You could be a winner. This week's winner is Paul DiMacio of Randolph, Massachusetts. Paul DiMacio, or Damasio. That's Damasio.
Damasio.
Paul Damasio. Thank you. of Randolph, Massachusetts, wins a $250 Zare gift certificate. Each week we'll draw another winner for a $250 Zare gift certificate, and at season's end, draw for the grand prize, a trip for two to the Super Bowl in Miami. After 59,879 votes have been cast, Steve Grogan remains the leader in the balloting for the unsung Patriots. And it was a big run by Steve that brought the Patriots down into this position as he carried on a quarterback draw on third down to the Jet 15, and from there they've marched to the 1. It is second and goal at the Jet 1, double tight end, Hasselbeck on the right wing. Cunningham lines up as the fullback. Grogan calling signals. Second and goal at the 1. The handoff to Ivory to the right, puts his nose down, and he's in. Touchdown. Horace Ivory scores his 9th touchdown of the season. He really got a nose for the goal line. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots go out in front by a score of 9-3 as they march 76 yards for the touchdown. A 76-yard march for the Patriots touchdown, scored by Horace Ivory from 1 yard out with 33 seconds to go in the quarter. And an excellent march, Gino, especially when you consider the fact that they had a penalty in there.
Right, and they started at their own 24. As you pointed out, the big run by Andy Johnson got them going.
All right. Dave Posey to attempt the point after touchdown. Dick Kahn to hold. Snap ball down. Kick rides up by Posey, and it's right down the chute. So they come back upfield with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the Patriots, after trailing throughout this half, have finally gone ahead by a score of 10-7. They fell behind early with only a minute and 7 seconds having elapsed in the game. A pass interception by Burgess Owens and a return of 49 yards to the Patriot 1 yard line. Kevin Long slammed it over on the first play to make it 7-0. Since then, it has been an uphill struggle and battle for the Patriots to get back in it. Their offense sputtering and sputtering throughout the first quarter and a good portion of the second quarter. They finally got a big field goal from David Posey with 8:12 to go in the half to make it 7-3, and then this brilliant 76-yard drive, and it really was an excellent drive.
Once again, the mention of big field goals during the course of a game or during the course of a season, what they do to your team, and I have to believe that 47-yard field goal by David Posey with 8:12 to go in the first half was really the thing that ignited this team, because they got the ball the next series starting at their own 24 and just methodically marched right down the field and got the other score. So no question about it, their offense is underway, and they've controlled the ball. They've been on the field much more than the Jet offense.
And they can thank their defense for it. Kickoff by Posey is a sailor. It hits at the 15, bounces to Harper at the 10, up the middle of the 15, heading to the right of the 20, trying to turn it wide, being chased by Tatupu and Schote, and they get him out of bounds. Bosi, Tatupu, and Rod Schote finally chased him down along at about the 25-yard line. Sidney Brown was over there too, but Tatupu and Schote were the guys who were in on the pursuit. First and 10, Jets at their own 25-yard line. Going right to left here with 25 seconds to go in the second quarter. We'd like to remind you, Gino Cappelletti will take your phone calls at halftime at 254-5678. And you can talk about the first half of action. Gaffney to the right. Walker to the left. Long and Powell to the running backs. Durkin has been bothered by a shoulder injury. The give comes to Powell off right tackle. Pretty good run across the 30, out to the 33. He's finally rolled down by Nelson and Hunt for the Patriots. The Jet fans booing, I think, the lack of imagination on the call.
And the Jets not calling timeout, so their strategy was just to go in there and run it out, end the first half as such, and we'll try to regroup here at halftime. The only other score we have before the half ends is New Orleans on top of Dallas, 7-0.
Oh. All right, we'll check all those scores in a moment for you. The score at the end of the first half here at Shea Stadium in New York, the Patriots 10 and the Jets 7. I'd Posey to kick off to Harper and Powell deep for the Jets. It's a sailing kick. Harper under it on the run at the 15. He's dangerous. 20, 25, hole in the left, 30, 35, and out to the 37, 38-yard line goes Bruce Harper, Mike Hawkins, James McAllister, and Dick Kahn, all down covering for the Patriots. The Jets will go to work around their own 37, 38-yard line for the start of the second half. They'll be going right to left, Shea Stadium playing field, just about totally in shadows now, just a small portion of the 10-yard line down at the other end of the field in sunshine. Jets out, 1st and 10. Powell and Long in a split backfield. Walker to the left, Gaffney to the right behind quarterback Richard Todd. He is straight back to throw. Here comes Bishop. He gets the ball away. It is complete over the middle at the 45-yard line to Barkham, and he is hauled down. Bishop was really coming hard on Todd, but he got there just a fraction of a second too late. And so the Jets pick up a 1st down on the pass completion to Jerome Barkham to their own 47-yard line, or close to a 1st down. That is just shy. It'll be 2nd and less than a yard for the Jets at their own 47. Now they line up with a double tight end offense as Richard Todd, Mark signals, former Alabama quarterback. They give us to Powell to the right, and he scrunches for a 1st down to about the 48-yard line to the right side. Waiting for him there was Raymond Hamilton, the nose tackle. The ball placed across the 37 to the 38, 1st down Jets. I suspected the Jets might come out throwing in the second half.
I think that's a very good suspicion because the Jets, knowing that they're going to have to open it up a little bit, they just have not had the ball that much offensively in the first half, and I agree with you.
Gaffney to the right, Walker to the left. 1st and 10 Jets, their own 47. Todd back to pass, rolling to the left, fires to the left, and it is incomplete, broken up beautifully by Michael Haynes. At the 40-yard line, Haynes cutting in front of Walker at the last minute, knocked it away with his left hand.
Good play by Rod Schode as well, the linebacker. He has to get in the path or try to get in the path of that throw, forcing the quarterback to throw over and then try to drop it in the receiver's hands. If that linebacker does not get into the path, then the quarterback has a nice open view and he can just line a shot over there to that defender. So linebackers on those quick outs or deep outs are so important.
All right, the Jets with one lone setback now as they work with a double tight end and one setback long. 2nd and 10 at their own 48. Todd straight back to throw. Here's the rush. They're going to get him back at the 37-yard line. Tony McGee and blitzing linebacker Rod Schode making the tackle.
And that's going to be the key in this second half. It appears like Rod Schode is hurt.
Yeah, Schode is shaken up.
But that's going to really be the key in the second half if the Jets decide to go in the drop back passing. Their pass protection has not been that great. Been sacked 28 times coming into this game and 3 times today. And so unless their running game goes, Gil, then that play action is not going to be as effective. And as Richard Todd is having difficulty in that drop back pass, we might see Matt Robinson come in for a few plays in his second half as well.
Schode is in pain.
They're hurting at linebacker right now, too. So
looks like his left ankle. Well, let's take a break here. With the score of the Patriots 10, the Jets 7. Now we're not going to because Schode is up. And I don't think we'll have enough time. They're calling people out to help him off the field. It looks like he sprained his ankle. He's coming off gingerly on the ankle. It's not a knee. It is an ankle sprain. So Raymond Kostick will come in to play that outside linebacker position. The sack dropped Todd back to the 38-yard line, a loss of 10. So it'll be 3rd down and 20 for the Jets. The 3rd sack of the game for the Patriots. Wide to the right side is Bobby Jones. Wide to the left side is Wesley Walker. Split backfield behind Richard Todd on 3rd and 20. Todd straight back to throw. Sets it up, lets it go, long and deep, and intercepted by Michael Haynes.
Who does it better?
Nobody does it better.
Who does it better than Michael Haynes running side for side with the receiver and being able to look back? It looks like the receiver's going to have that ball nestle right down in his hands, and that's when Mike Haynes cuts in front, leaps high, and makes the interception.
All righty, the second Patriots interception of the game. They take over at their own 21-yard line. With the score, the Patriots 10, the Jets 7. Let's take a timeout.
Your Chrysler Plymouth dealer announces Car Wars, a battle with the competition during cleanup that's going to make you the winner by zapping the competition with exceptional values on the greatest lineup of cars we've ever offered. Like Plymouth Volare, with its great looks, great ride, and great room, it's got the power to topple the toughest foe. Backing up Volare, there's LeBaron and Cordova, 2 beautiful ways to get personal luxury. And for the clincher, the surprising new Plymouth Horizon. With its front-wheel drive and great room, it's been one of the year's big winners. Yes, in the battle for your car dollar, nobody's got a lineup of winners like your Chrysler Plymouth dealer, who'll make you a winner, too, during Car Wars.
First and 10, Patriots, their own 21-yard line. We look at the sidelines. Rod Schultz still walking around gingerly on that left ankle. On the scoreboard, second quarter, Seattle 10, Kansas City nothing. Second quarter, Minnesota, San Diego 7-7. Second quarter, the Giants 14, Philadelphia 6. Second quarter, St. Louis 24, Washington 7. Second quarter, Tampa 10, Buffalo nothing. First quarter, New Orleans 7, and Dallas nothing. Here it is 10-7 Patriots early in the third quarter. 13:07 left to play. The Patriots break the huddle. Sam Adams back in at right guard. Cunningham and Johnson to the running backs. Behind Steve Grogan. Jackson to the right, Morgan to the left. Tight end right, Francis. First and 10, their own 21. Grogan, the give to Johnson to the right. Across the 25, 30. Turns it outside at the 35. Puts his head down and drives it out across the 40-yard line. Another outstanding run by Andy Johnson. From his own 21-yard line, finally brought down by Burgess Owens. He carried it out to the Jet 41-yard line. It's a 20-yard run for Andy Johnson. In the first half, Johnson had 40 yards rushing to lead the Patriots. Cunningham at 36, and Ivory 11, Grogan 22. So make it 60 yards now for Johnson. First and 10, Grogan to Cunningham, left side. He barrels it across the 45.
No stuttering that time.
47-yard line. Owens and Suggs and Abdul Salam making the tackle for the Jets. It's a gain on the play of 7 yards. Second down and 3 for the Patriots.
Sam found a nice hole off left guard, and he took that ball and just went rambling in there. I'm sure the coaches got him to stop that stuttering coming up to the line of scrimmage, picking that hole, taking the first one you see, and go with it.
Second down and 2, Patriots. The second and 3, rather, at their own 48-yard line. Jackson right, Morgan left. Grogan on the call to Johnson to the right. He's across the 50-yard line and into Jet territory as he puts his nose across the midfield stripe and down to the Jet 49-yard line. A gain of close to 3 yards on the play. And it'll be third down and less than a yard coming up for the Patriots at the Jet 49. Third and less than a yard at the Jet 49. In comes Brock. In comes Hasselbeck. Jackson and Morgan go out. Patriots will go with a 3 tight end offense. Third down, less than a yard to go at the New York 49-yard line. Third quarter, 11 and a half minutes to go. Clock running. Patriots 10, Jets 7. They're out of the huddle with Hasselbeck on the left wing. Johnson in the backfield with Cunningham. Cunningham gets the call and barrels in there for a first down to the Jet 44. Sam running behind the block of Bill Lankaitis and John Hanna as he squeezed through that opening on the left side of his offensive line for a first down to the New York 44-yard line. And so the Patriots have something cooking here on their first possession of the third quarter. 10-7, Pats lead. Ivory in, Johnson out. Jets with a shaken-up player, Abdul Salam.
Well, we're seeing two different fullbacks here in the first half and second half, both wearing the same number, but I'm sure that Sam Cunningham decided or was told to take that hole and go with it because he is just running with that great authority once again, blasting up the middle. The Jets are not getting good tackling from their secondary men coming up. Burgess Owens made a weak effort at Andy Johnson, that first big run for Andy, who ignited their drive for a touchdown in the second quarter as well with the same type of run, came up, and Andy just made a little move and outraced him to the outside as well. So the Patriot runners being helped by the ineffective tackling of the secondary of the Jets.
The Redskins are coming back in their game. It's 24-10 now, St. Louis. First and 10, Patriots at the Jet 44. Jackson right, Morgan to the left. Francis tight to the right side. The give comes to Ivory. Sweeping to the right, cuts it inside at the Jet 40. Still on his feet to the 39. Still scrambling for yardage goes Horace Ivory to the 36. He was never down. He just kept struggling and driving. I tell you, he's kind of a guy who'll make a 3-point run.
Well,
both feet are down and one hand is down, but he isn't completely down, so he just kind of scrambles along on 3 points.
Well, you know, Gil, there are runners who sometimes, after they've made a substantial gain, will just kind of like take whatever they can get from there. But then there are some runners who are just determined to go all the way every time they handle the ball, and such is Horace Ivory.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3, Patriots. Grogan calling signals. This time it's Cunningham up the middle, running under a full head of steam to the 30, and a flag is down. Flag is down, and the way it fell and where it fell, I suspect it is a holding call against the Patriots.
Tough call. It's hard for me to comprehend that holding that they call on those quick hitters. It's so difficult to hold. Number one, it's just contact with that shoulder pop when you're coming off that line of scrimmage, and that flag flying just a fraction of a second after the ball is snapped.
Well, the ball goes back to the Jet 47-yard line. Holding call against the Patriots. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Under our contractual arrangement with the Patriots for this broadcast, the announcers for this game have been selected by station WBZ, subject to the approval of the Patriots football team. However, radio station WBZ retains the final right of selection of the announcers. Ball placed down to the Jet 46. Correct me. 2nd down and 13, Patriots, Jet 46. Morgan left, Jackson right, Grogan play action, bootlegging left, he's in trouble, spins away, and is back to the 49-yard line.
Jets were waiting for it.
Joe Klecko really came across the line of scrimmage like a shot. He spun Grogan around at the 45-yard line, but Grogan was able to get away from that. Managed to get back to the 49, so it's a loss of 3. Make it 3rd down and 16 now for the Patriots. So what had been a promising drive is now being threatened by a penalty and a good defensive play by the Jets.
But it's the penalty. The Patriots are able to overcome a similar penalty on their last drive for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again.
Okay, they break the huddle with Morgan left, Jackson right, Francis split off a yard to the right. Backs in a wide split. Grogan is straight back to throw. Great protection. Sets it up. Fires long and deep. Caught and then dropped. Oh, Morgan had it at the 25 and then dropped it.
He dropped it, pulling it down. He had to go up for it. Had the ball. When he came down to tuck it in his midsection, he just lost control momentarily, and the ball hit the ground. Almost a super catch.
So it's 4th down, and the Patriots' promising drive stalls, and they've got to punt away. Defense has played superbly so far today, and they have carried the Patriots. Gerald Wilson at his 35 to punt for the Patriots. Back deep for the Jets is Harper at the 12. He's a very dangerous punt return man. Good kick, a good snap rather, and Wilson really booms a high spiraling punt. Harper at his 6. Up the left to the 10, 15, 20, 25. Hit by Kahn and pushed out of bounds on the near side at the 32. Great 26-yard return by Bruce Harper.
Right, he found a lane up that left sideline that he shouldn't have found.
Excellent punt return by Bruce Harper. Ray Kostick is in, playing the right side linebacker, replacing Rod Schote, who appeared to have twisted an ankle on the last offensive series for New York. Jets out 1st and 10. Long and Powell in the backfield. Slot right formation for the Jets. They give us to Long to the left, turning the corner. Hit, spins away, finally knocked down as he gets to the 36. Kostick couldn't drag him down as he went by him. Nelson came over with Bishop, Hamilton, and Haynes to make the stop on Long at the 36-yard line.
Right.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Kostick almost made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, but he did slow him up enough for the pursuit to get there. There's been some good hard hitting by the Patriots defensively, who have been superb today, and it appears like some of those hits could produce fumbles.
The Jets come out with a slot left. Gaffney in the slot and Walker wide to the left. The tight end right is Barkham. Now in motion to the right goes Derek Gaffney. Richard Todd on the handoff to Powell, sweeping right. Nelson chases them, can't get him, but coming up in support to make a strong hit are a bunch of Patriots led by Hamilton, King, Hunt, and Claiborne. Excellent play by Nelson. He did not get him. But he forced it.
He altered his course, and in doing so, the pursuit is there once again. So one or two key men initially on these defensive maneuvers are making the plays for the Patriots. Their defense has been superb today. But mind you, they're only protecting a 3-point lead.
3rd down and 6 for the Jets at their own 36. Markham wide to the right. In the left slot, Gaffney wide to the left is Walker. Back to throw is Todd. Quarterback draw. He's across the 40, 45, and a first down to the 46 as they ran the same thing the Patriots ran earlier.
And a big play, I do believe, because the Jets have been unable to establish any kind of sustained drive, and this 3rd down play at least gives them another shot offensively, and the longer that they can play, as any team can play, the better their overall offensive rhythm, and that's what these teams try to develop.
1st and 10, New York at its own 46-yard line. Out of the backfield in motion, left goes Harper. Todd goes straight back to throw. Sets it up, got time, he fires, and it is intercepted by Haynes at the 35. Haynes cutting back to the left at the 40. Trying to go to the left side at the 45, and he's out close to the 49-yard line. Michael Haynes, his 2nd pass interception of the game, and a superb defensive play by Haynes.
Oh, you got to credit Rod Schultz once again. He got in the path. He forced him to throw that ball over him, and when he did, Michael Haynes, waiting behind the receiver, came up with the interception. Rod Schultz doing what you have to do as that outside linebacker on those quick outs, is get in that path.
3rd interception of the game for the Patriots.
Boy, Gil, the Patriots have had great field position to start their drives, and they just have not been able to get the points I think that they do need.
1st and 10, Patriots. Midfield. Grogan calling signals. Johnson and Cunningham in the backfield. Long count. The give comes to Cunningham to the left, and he is stacked up as he gets 1 yard to the 49-yard line. Mark Merrill making the tackle for the Jets and linebacker Bob Martin. 2nd quarter score, the Baltimore Colts coming on like thunder. Lead the Cleveland Browns 10-0. Next week, the Patriots are in Baltimore. That'll be a 3:45 airtime game from Baltimore. And the Colts are going to be tough.
Well, nobody said it was going to be easy.
No, nobody did. Patriots out, 2nd down, 9. At the Jet 49. Ivory in the backfield now. Jackson to the left, Morgan to the right. Grogan fumble! Jets recover. Grogan bumped into Ivory. As he went back on play action, it was going to be a pass, and he bumped right into Ivory, and the ball squirted loose, and the Jets recovered the fumble at the Patriot 48-yard line. And so New York takes over in great field position. They mark the ball at the Patriot 48. Right, 1st and 10 Jets. A turn of events, folks. This could be big for the Jets. Gaffney to the right, Walker to the left. The backs, Long and Powell, are split. Now Powell changes and lines up as the fullback. Todd on a handoff to Powell to the right, trying to turn the corner. He is turned in and stopped as he gets to the 45. McCray turned it in, and coming up to make the stop for the Patriots, Sam Hunt. The gain of 3, 2nd and 7, New York.
Patriots have been ferocious against the running game of the Jets, just shutting them right out. And once again, it almost appears inevitable that the Jets are going to have to start throwing the ball. The Patriots have been defending well, but they have some outstanding receivers.
Gaffney to the right, Walker to the left. Jets 2nd down, 7 at the Patriot 45. It's 10-3, 10-7 Patriots. Double tight ends for New York. The give is to Long. Trying to turn it wide to the left. He's chased in, hit, and spun out of bounds as he gets to the 42. Turned in by Hunt, knocked out of bounds by Haynes on the near side. 3rd down and 5 for the Jets at the Patriot 42-yard line. Change that to 3rd and 4 at the 42-yard line. Schultz back in at right side linebacker. He went out with an ankle injury earlier in this quarter. And now Boyd is out and Hamilton is in. Patriots get set defensively. The Jets come out on offense. Again, double tight ends, one setback Long. Lines up directly behind the quarterback as the fullback. Walker to the left, Gaffney to the right. Todd on 3rd and 4. Todd straight back, sets it up, flares to the right, Long wide open, 40. Long 35, hit at the 30 and down as he gets to the 28. The Jets are driving. Making the tackle was Raymond Claiborne, but the Jets are driving to the Patriot 28-yard line. And now within range of at least tying the game, if not going ahead.
It's an interesting set. They had one setback, Long, and usually you look for him to protect on a drop back, but he went out on a swing pass to the right side. He was wide open. Prentice McCray was slow getting up there to him and then missed the tackle.
The Jets deploy Gaffney to the right and Walker to the left. Double tight end, Schuler left, Barkham right. Again, Long, the lone setback. Todd calling signals. First down, Patriot 28. It's Long up the middle. Pop by Ray Hamilton, Steve Nelson, and Melvin Lunsford, all making the tackle on Kevin Long. I don't believe they gained anything on the play. Ball is marked right back at the line of scrimmage at the 28-yard line. No gain, 2nd and 10 Jets. Lunsford out, McGee in at left defensive end. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Patriots 10, Jets 7. Jets threatening. Walker left, Gaffney right. Again, the double tight end set for New York. And Long, the setback, gets the handoff to the left side, and he is cut down at the line of scrimmage again. Excellent defensive play by Tim Fox and Richard Bishop. Rod Schote.
What a day he's having, Joe.
Excellent play by the two of them in tandem. Matter of fact, they mark a loss of a yard to the 29-yard line, so it's 3rd and 11 for the Jets at the Patriot 29. 3rd down and 11. Same formation. Walker left, Gaffney right, Long the lone setback. Patriots try to mount it up on defense. 3rd down, 11 yards to go, Jets. Todd, long count. Todd, handoff to Long to the right. He is stripped down as he gets to the 26. Nelson and Hunt over there. The Patriots ferocious on defense on those 3 downs. The Jets will attempt a field goal to try and tie it. The ball will be marked at the 27. It'll be a 44-yard field goal attempt. Marked at the 28. Be a 45-yard field goal coming up.
And the kicker, Pat Leahy, and he leads the NFL in scoring to this point, 80 points, counting the point after. Having a great year kicking field goals, 17 for 22.
Keep in mind that Robinson, the holder, is a quarterback.
I would.
All right, field goal attempt, apparently. Robinson to hold. There's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. Pat Leahy, 45-yard field goal, ties the game. 2:51 to go in the third quarter. So the fumble hurts the Patriots. Leahy drills a 45-yard field goal, and it's tied up with 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is a 10-10 game. No question that the fumble hurt. Brogan on a play-action fake, dropping back as he tried to fake the handoff to Ivory. They bumped into each other, and the ball bounced loose, and the Jets recovered at the Patriot 48. A good defensive stand at the 28 stopped them there, but they were able to get 3 points out of it to tie it up at 10-10.
He's an outstanding kicker, Pat Leahy. Now 18 for 23 on the year, and those are outstanding percentages. He bombed that one, and it cleared with ease. 45 yards. Outstanding.
The Patriots have had some excellent returns this afternoon, Gino, and on punts. And an interesting setup here, as Horace Ivory is the deep man now instead of Raymond Claiborne.
Gil, they've done everything you could ask of a team except put points on the board. Their offense has moved the ball, running. They've been able to get some good passing. They've had great special teams. They've had tough defense, interceptions, everything, but no points.
So Horace Ivory is deep. Flanked to his left by Westbrook, to the right by McAllister. And Leahy gets set to kick it off for the Jets. 10-10. 2:51 left, third quarter. First time Ivory's returned to kickoff this season. A booming, twisting kick coming down to Horace at the 1. Up the right to the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Hurdles it across the 30 to the 32. Nice return by Horace of 32 yards, and the Patriots are 1st and 10 at their own 32, and officials are talking about something. I'm not sure what it is. Let's pause 15 seconds. This is the BZ Patriots Football Network.
Football fans, you may like him, you may hate him, but you can't ignore him. Howard Cosell. WHIM is the place to hear Howard Cosell sports commentary, speaking of sports. Weekday mornings at 8:45, 1110 WHIM Providence.
Field again.
What the officials were conferring was a penalty against the Jets for a late hit, personal foul. So the ball again comes out close to midfield, Gino, and again the Patriots have field position. 4th time they've been up between the 45 and 50-yard line to start a drive.
Couldn't ask for any more field position than the Patriots have been getting in this game. That's why it's surprising to me that they can only get 10 points. I have to believe that soon they're going to start throwing on first down, Gil. They have not done that much in the game.
Francis hasn't been much of a target today.
Oh, I will never understand that.
Me either. Patriots break the huddle. Slot left Morgan, wide left Jackson, tight end right Francis. Cunningham and Johnson are the setbacks behind Grogan. First and 10, their own 47. Play action fake. Back to throw. Grogan over the middle, complete to Cunningham. Jukes across the man and gets to the Jet 45. It's a gain on the play of about 8 yards. It'll be second down and 2. Hennigan taking the tackle for the Jets. Second and 2 when they place the ball down at the New York 45-yard line. Ivory in, Johnson out of the Patriots backfield now. 2:15, clock running. Third quarter, 10-10. Patriots out with Morgan left, Jackson right. Francis tight to the right. Second and 2, they can do almost anything they want. Cunningham the fullback, Ivory offset left half. Grogan on a give to Horace to the right, following the block of Cunningham. Ivory trying to turn it outside. He can't. He's hauled down along the line of scrimmage. Actually, they give him a gain of a yard to about the 44-yard line. So it'll be third and a yard for the Patriots around the Jet 44, giving him his forward progress to the 44-yard line. And the Patriots will deploy a double tight end offense now as Brock and Hasselbeck will come in. Morgan and Jackson will come out. 3rd and 1. Third down and a yard to go for the Patriots at the New York Jet 44. Grogan trying to get Hasselbeck onto the field as the Patriots are running short on time. Down to 10 seconds to go, and now Grogan calls a timeout, and he has to, and he's upset.
This has been the story of this ball game. They've been unsure of some of the things that they are doing, and just a lot of confusion on the sidelines and in the huddle.
And Grogan not happy about it, and you can't blame him.
Well, it could be an expensive timeout.
That's right. Later on, it could mean a lot, because we've got a tie game at 10-10. 1:23 to go in the third quarter, but the Patriots have just had to use a timeout. Philadelphia, great comeback. They've gone ahead of the Giants, 17-14 in the... forget it. They just changed the score. Now they change it again.
They're playing with you, Gil.
It's still 14-6. Can you believe that? They changed the score 3 times. The Giants now lead 17-6. Thank you. Third quarter. Giants 17, Philadelphia 6. They had changed it to Philadelphia going ahead. St. Louis 24, Washington 10, third quarter. Tampa 10, Buffalo nothing, third quarter. Atlanta 7, Chicago nothing, second quarter. New Orleans and Dallas 7-7, second quarter. It's San Diego and Minnesota 7-7, second quarter. Seattle 10, Kansas City nothing, second quarter. Cleveland, Baltimore, they took down the 10-0 Baltimore lead. I don't know why, and they just don't show anything up there right now. Here it's 10-10. Third down and a yard to go, Patriots. Jet 44, double tight ends. Hasselbeck left wing. Now Hasselbeck goes a motion to the right. They give us to Cunningham to the left, turning the corner, driving first down, flag down. Flag down. Cunningham had the first down, but a flag went down. And it's illegal motion, Patriots.
They're going to call Hasselbeck turning upfield a little too soon. They put him in motion, something he hasn't done a lot of, but they like to run a guy in motion just to get that linebacker committed to that side and then run it to the opposite side, but he turned upfield too soon.
So, instead of 3rd and 1, it is 3rd and 6 at the Jet 49. And the Patriots' high-powered offense has just been sputtering along all day long with great field position. The one touchdown they scored, they had to go on a 76-yard march.
Right.
They've had the ball at midfield or thereabouts 4 times and have come away with only 3 points. Third down. 6 yards to go, Patriots. New York 49-yard line. Jackson left, Morgan right. Cunningham and Johnson, the split backs. Francis tight to the left. Big play in this game. 10-10, third quarter, minute and 18 to go. Grogan, straight back to throw. Sets it up, lots of time. Fires over the middle, drops. Almost intercepted by Mark Merrill, the rookie linebacker. It was intended for Francis. Fourth down, and the Patriots have to punt away. Being given the battle of their lives here this afternoon, as we expected.
Well, hurting themselves a little bit too, Gil. He went to Francis that time over the middle, who was just covered like a blanket, had 2 men around him. The ball really should have been intercepted. Cut right in front, had the ball and dropped it, but was not the receiver that was open.
3 men deep for the Jets. Harper, Schroy, and Jones back inside the 20. Wilson stands at his 35. He's had a good day punting. Handles a good snap. They come hard. And he gets it away to the right side, and it's going to be going out of bounds. Here where they mark it.
I would say around the 36. I mean the 26.
21-yard line. Jets will take over first and 10, their own 21, 22-yard line. Lucky. As Wilson was trying to aim deep to the right side, but just didn't get anything into it. Ball placed at the 22-yard line, first and 10 for the Jets. Their own 22. The game tied at 10-10. 1:06 left to go in the third quarter. The Jets come out of the huddle. And they send a slot left. Gaffney. Wide left. Walker. Wide right. Barkham. Running backs are Powell and Long. The give us to Kevin Long, turning it wide to the right, being turned in and stopped. Beautiful play by Steve Nelson. Great play by Nelson.
The Jets are determined to try to run the football and have not been doing it with any success. Patriots have shut the door on them, and there are a lot of anxious people here waiting for the Jets to do something differently. But Coach Walt Michaels just insistent on running the football, and I got to say, for the Patriots' sake, they got to like it.
Second down, 10. Jets at their own 22. Wide left is Walker. Wide right is Gaines. Tight end left, Barkham. Todd back to throw in second and 10. Sets it up. Going to be sacked. He is hit and down. Back at the 15-yard line by Richard Bishop.
And we got a flag down, but they didn't need it that time.
Fourth sack of the game for the Patriots. The third for Richard Bishop. Is he having a game? Third sack of the game for Bishop. The man who made it possible, really, was McGee, who came blasting in from the left side and came up behind Todd, forced him to step up into the pocket, and there Bishop was waiting for him. The Patriots declined the holding call to make it a third down, and let's see, the ball back at the 16. Third down and 16 for the Jets at their own 16.
All right, now the Jets have been having difficulty throwing to the outside, man. They've been suffering interceptions. The one big reception they did get was from Jerome Barkham over the middle. Patriots defensively got to key that middle and also the swing backs coming out.
Barkham goes wide to the left. Gaffney in the right slot, wide to the right is Walker. Pair of setbacks are split in the backfield in the passing set for Richard Todd. Third and 16, back to throw, quarterback draw. 15, 20, and pop! Whoa, was he racked at the 23-yard line by Tim Fox. Woo! Fox gave him a how do you do, along with Schultz.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, you see the present-day ball players, and certainly they got to remind you of days of old and some other ball players who they resemble, and Timmy Fox comes up and hit just like a Don Webb or a Fred Bruni or a Ronnie Hall and Ross O'Hanley. They were just four outstanding hitters for defensive backs.
All right, the score at the end of the third quarter here at Shea Stadium in New York is 10-10.
Mr. Businessman, do you have material handling problems? Consider the Crellin solution. The Crellin solution has become the problem solver for many southern New England businessmen. Crellin Handling Equipment Company is New England's largest fleet of Alice Chalmers lift trucks available for short or long-term leasing. And every Alice Chalmers lease is custom tailored to fit your exact requirements. Why tie up your capital? Lease quality Alice Chalmers lift trucks from Crellin. Why have maintenance problems? Let Crellin maintain your lift trucks. A Crellin Alice Chalmers lease eliminates downtime with loaner machines if yours don't work. Why have more equipment than you need or less when Crellin's lift truck leases give you just what you need? Call Crellin for a complete survey of your material handling needs. In Rhode Island, call 438-6400. That's 438-6400. And in Worcester, call 617-869-6501. Crellin Handling Equipment Company, the solution people.
Well, a struggle against these New York Jets was expected, and a struggle it's been, Gino. Starting the fourth quarter, tied at 10-10.
I have to agree with you that we expected one, and the score by the play that we've seen is just closer than one might expect. The offense of the Patriots has been able to move the ball, good running. They haven't passed that well successfully, but they have been able to run the ball. They've been able to control the ball, the line of scrimmage, but their defense has just been awesome. They've controlled that Jet offensive line, the running backs, all the way throughout this game. The Jets, for some reason, will not throw the ball, and that has helped the Patriots defensively, but a 10-10 score once again. And when you play these teams and you come into the last quarter with a tie score or a short lead, anything can happen, and then you just run out of time.
Chuck Ramsey back deep to punt for the Jets inside his 10. Morgan deep for the Patriots at the 46. Patriots again should get good field position. They've had good field position throughout the day, but have been unable to capitalize. Ramsey handles the snap right on the money, and he hits a towering punt, flopping down, tumbling down to Morgan at the 40, heading to the right at the 45.
Got a lane.
He is at midfield, runs into trouble, and is brought down at the Jet 48. And there you are again. Great field position. First and 10 at the New York 48-yard line to start this drive.
Now, go ahead. Terry Falcon had just one block to make, and he didn't want to throw it because of a possible clipping, and had he been able to make that, Haynes had a lane around the right sideline, almost there.
Other scores. Second quarter, Baltimore 10, Cleveland 7. Seattle still leading KC 10-0. San Diego's gone ahead of Minnesota 13-7. Giants 17-6 still leading. St. Louis 24-10 over Washington. Tampa 10-0. More scores in a minute. First and 10 Patriots. Jet 49. Jackson right, Morgan left. The give to Cunningham, left side. Driving it ahead down to the 44 of the Jets. And a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by linebacker Bob Martin of the Jets and Joe Flacco. Gain of 4 or 5 yards, depending where the ball is marked. It is marked at the 45-yard line, so it's a gain of 4, second and 6. Let's see. Tampa 10, Buffalo nothing, third quarter. Atlanta 7, Chicago nothing, second quarter. And Dallas has gone ahead of New Orleans now 14-7, second quarter. Here we're tied up at 10-10 with the Jets. Jackson right, Morgan left. Second down. 6, Grogan, play action. Back to throw. What protection over the middle. Wide open, complete to Morgan at the 25. Stanley Morgan still running at the 20. Down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
There it is.
Quick slant to Morgan. Actually, it's a little deeper than a quick slant.
It was a square in deep, but he had the opening over the middle and just made a fine reception. He shook off one tackler who was slowing him down. Had he been able to get rid of him sooner, he may have gone all the way. But a big reception, good protection, allotted Steve Grogan in that drop back as well.
Oh, this protection has been super all day. It really has. First and 10 Patriots. Jet 19. Far hash. Patriots going right to left. Cunningham the fullback. Johnson offset right half. Morgan right. Jackson left. Tight end left. Francis. Grogan calling signals. The give to Johnson to the left. First across the 15. Running hard to the 10-yard line. Andy Johnson. Another tough run. And a 9-yard carry. Andy has had an excellent day running the ball.
Right, and he's slashing those off-tackle runs. He's not taking it up straight upfield. He's just kind of gliding down that line, and then he opens up to the outside, and he's doing it effectively.
Ball marked down at the New York Jet 11-yard line, so it'll be second down and 2 for the Patriots at the Jet 11. Patriots starting to knock on the door here with 12:55 and the clock running in the fourth and final quarter. Out of the huddle they come. Slot left Jackson, wide left Morgan. Tight end right Francis, Cunningham and Ivory the backs. Ivory the give to the right, turning it inside the 10, inside the 5, driving, touchdown, another great run for Horace Ivory.
Boy, did he pick his way.
Beautiful, beautiful run.
Great blocking by the Patriots offensive line and the pulling guard. And there goes Shelby Jordan doing a little juke with the ball and spiking the ball, but Horace Ivory that time, when he got that ball, he was to the outside so fast. The lane was there. Taking it to the outside, he had just an opening all the way into the corner of the end zone. So a superb blocking effort by the Patriots offensively, and they looked like they had their mind on one thing that time, was that take the ball in for a touchdown, and they did it.
That's right, a 49-yard march. They didn't fool around. Posey to attempt the point after and Kahn to hold. Snap ball down, kick it.
I know that was...
I was afraid of it.
I said it was going to be an important point after.
So was I. Isn't that funny? We both had the same thought. An important point after. The point after attempt is blocked by the New York Jets. And so, it is a 16-10 lead. The Jets could go ahead with a touchdown, and now the Patriot defense is going to have to gear it up again. Excellent play by the Jets. With the score, the Patriots 16, the Jets 10. Let's take a timeout.
When you say bud, you said a lot of things nobody else can say. When you say bud, you've gone as far as you can go to get the very best. When you say bud, you've said the word that means you like to do it all.
Bush, St. Louis.
With a pair of touchdowns this afternoon, Horace Ivory has increased his team leading total to 10. Posey to kick off to Harper and Powell deep for the New York Jets. Last two kickoffs by Posey have not been strong. No wind at all right now at Shea. Very little wind today. Unusual day at Shea. Posey into the ball. And this is a good kickoff, end over end, coming down to the 6, to Harper, to the 10. To left at the 15, looking for an alley. Hits, spins away, gets across the 25, and a flag. Got across the 25-yard line, but a flag went down. He was chased out on the far side by Hawkins and Kahn. And let's see if we're going to get a clip against the Jets. It would be helpful to the Patriots if they did. Richard Todd, bruised left shoulder, and he'll be replaced by Matt Robinson at quarterback. Do you believe what the fans did just now?
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's ridiculous. They announced to the crowd.
Holding against the Patriots, go.
Oh, come on. What kind of a penalty is that to take on a kickoff, Gino?
Donnie Westbrook, I think, was the guilty one.
That is a ridiculous penalty to take. Holding on a kickoff return.
And they're going to ask the Patriots to kick off again?
Well, the crowd reaction to the announcement by the public address announcer that Richard Todd has a bruised left shoulder, they cheered. It'd have been great at the days of the Roman gladiators and the Lions. Good grief. That's terrible. That's really terrible.
This guy coming back after being injured, having done so much for this team past couple of years since Joe Namath has left, and all of a sudden he has his first shot at playing again, and you expect him to be a little rusty. But the fickle fans.
Yes, indeed. The Patriots are kicking off again because the Patriots were called holding and the Jets were called for personal foul. So the Patriots kick it off again. So David Posey tees it up one more time at the 45-yard line. And now Doug Bedoin comes onto the kickoff team, and Mosi Tatupu comes out.
Oh,
no?
Come on, fellas.
Bedoin comes off. I don't know what they're doing. Posey set to kick it off. Into the ball. It's a sailing kick. Harper on a bounce at the 10. Short hopped it to 20, 25. Trouble there. People run him down at about the 20, about the 32. Boy, they got a couple more yards on it.
He gambled and made a Willie Mays
short
snare of the ball. That thing could have just went squirming by him. Well, here comes Matt Robinson, and listen to the crowd.
Well, it's nice of them to like Matt Robinson, but I don't think it was very nice of them to cheer when the announcement was made that Todd was injured. That's Bush. First and 10, Jets, their own 33. Gaffney to the right. To the left is Walker. The backs are split. Long and Powell. Matt Robinson at quarterback for New York. First and 10. He's back to throw. Sets it up. Over the middle. It's knocked down by Melvin Lunsford. Leaping in the air. Smedley just leaped up and surrounded the ball. He nearly had an interception. That's how high up he got on it. Just smothered it.
You ever see an interception like that where a defensive lineman has been right on top of the quarterback and the ball's flying and it just sticks right in his hand?
Yes. Once in a while I have. Mel Witt a couple of years ago down at Tampa did it and ran it in for a touchdown, remember? When the Patriots played the Dolphins at a game at Tampa. Tampa. Second and 10 Jets at their own 33. Again, Robinson back. Here's the rush. He gets the ball away, and it is complete near side to Jerome Barkham.
Boy, he threaded that one because Steve King was right there, but just did not have the reach in order to knock it down.
The ball caught at the 42-yard line. It'll be third down and a yard to go for the Jets at their own 42. 3rd and 1 for New York at the Jets 42-yard line. 12 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the game. The Patriots 16, the Jets 10. Nail biter. A far cry from 3 weeks ago at Schaefer. Double tight ends for New York. Setbacks, Long and Darnell Powell. On the left wing for the Jets is Gaines. The give is to Long to the left side. First down. Driving to the left, and he carried it up close to the 45-yard line for a New York first down. It is marked at the See where they mark it. Wait a minute, they're going to mark it at the 43, but that's enough for a first down. Just across the 43-yard line. So the Jets keep their drive alive, trailing 16-10. An extra point attempt on the last touchdown by the Patriots blocked. And that could be a very large point, folks. St. Louis 24, Washington 17, fourth quarter. Jets now with one lone setback. Again, two tight ends on the offense. Long, the only setback. Robinson, play action fake. Back to throw. Lets it go. Long and deep. Man is open. He's got it at the 10 and down for a touchdown. Wesley Walker. Wesley Walker. Shea Stadium explodes as Matt Robinson fires a 55-yard touchdown pass to Wesley Walker. And the Jets tie it up, and they could go ahead right now.
55 yards?
Yep.
Oh, he hit him right on the button.
Perfect pass.
Michael Haynes was running with Wesley Walker from the right side over to the left. He just laid it up high and away. Walker ran under the ball. Haynes just a step behind, but a perfectly thrown pass.
So the folk hero of New York, Matt Robinson, comes in replacing Todd, who had a bruised left shoulder, and Robinson drives them for a touchdown. A 67-yard drive. Leahy's extra point attempt is good, and the Jets lead 17-16. 11:27 to go. Take a timeout now with the score: New York 17 and New England 16.
Homeowners, are oil burner repairs killing your budget? Is your present service contract too high? Douglas Oil has a fabulous offer for you. You see, Douglas Oil offers you complete protection with an all-inclusive oil burner contract for only $15 per year. You heard right, $15 per year when you buy your oil from Douglas. Listen, no limit on service calls, day or night. Includes parts, labor, annual cleanups. No gimmicks. Parts covered listed, parts not covered are listed. Money cheerfully refunded if not completely satisfied within 60 days. Why pay more? Examine our contract today. No obligation. Call today or stop in. Check out the new super discount on oil. Save 2.5 cents per gallon for prompt payment. Douglas Oil. Thousands of satisfied customers in the area. Check the conservation specials on boilers and burners. Stop in today. Douglas Oil, 667 Douglas Avenue, Providence, or call 331-5223. 331-5223. Douglas Oil, super service from a super company with a super deal.
Well, boys and girls, 11 minutes, 27 seconds to go in the game. And the New York Jets have forged ahead on a quick bomb. 55 yards. Matt Robinson to Wesley Walker.
He threw that ball. He threw that ball at his own 40-yard line. The ball came right down in Walker's lap at the 5-yard line. A perfect strike.
So Leahy will kick it off, and now the Patriots trail by a point. Oh boy. Leahy comes into it. End over end, but short. Coming under it is Westbrook at the 8, to the 10, 15, 20, 24. That's it. 24-yard line. He was stumbling at the 20. Otherwise, he had a little bit of an alley. But he was brought down. The coverage by Mark Alanowski of the Jets. Patriots now deep in their own territory, and the crowd roaring for the Jet defense.
Well, it isn't just going to happen. You got to make it happen. So the Patriots got their work cut out for them. They're at their own 23. There's plenty of time. 11:18 to go. And down by 1 point. So as the crowd gets on their feet and urges on the defense, let's see what the Patriots do.
First and 10. Morgan left, Jackson right. Grogan first down. It's to Cunningham left side. 25, 30, 31. And a gain of 7 for Sam Cunningham, 8 for Sam Cunningham. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Patriots. Out of the secondary, Owens and Suggs making the tackle for the New York Jets. 2nd down and 2 for the Patriots. Ivory in, Johnson out. Patriots now trailing 17-16 with 10:57 in the clock running here at Shea in New York. Ball game the Patriots cannot under any circumstances afford to lose if they want to continue their drive toward a divisional title. Jackson right, Morgan left, backs are split. Ivory gets the call to the right, cuts inside, gets the first down. He's out to the 35. Brought down there by defensive lineman Abdul Salam, 6'3", 260, third-year player, Kent State. But it's a first down for Horace Ivory to the 35-yard line. And so the Patriots pick up a first down and continue to drive. Far hash mark going right to left, fourth and final quarter. Clock running down now to 10 minutes to play in the game. Got to be careful here because a mistake anywhere, fumble, pass interception, turning the ball over could cost them if New York was to get another touchdown. Slot left formation for the Patriots. Grogan on play action, first down. Sets it up, goes deep for Morgan, incomplete. At the 45 of the Jets.
Oh, he was open too, but so was Andy Johnson circling out of the backfield to the right side, the same side. From here, Gil, I thought for sure he was just going to lob it over to Andy, who had a tremendous amount of room to run the ball after he caught it.
Yeah, the Jets have 17 points today, but I'll tell you, the Patriots defense has played a great job. Has played a great game despite the 17 points.
Well, a long field goal, 45 yards, and just a long pass play. That's really been the whole Jet offense, Gil.
Patriots now faced with a 2nd and 10 after the first down pass went incomplete. And remember, the Patriots have only 2 timeouts left. 9:58 left to play. Jackson to the right, Morgan to the left. The backs are in a wide split. Grogan calling signals. Long count. Grogan to Ivory to the right. Big hole, 35. He's across it to the 40 and out to the 42.
Oh, that's a big second down run.
Well, Horace is just a brilliant runner. He was sliding through a big hole at the 40 and was hit hard at the 40, but kept sliding forward to the 42. Make it 3rd down and 2 for the Patriots at their own 42. 3rd and 2 for the Patriots at their own 42-yard line. Andy Johnson comes in for the Patriots, and Horace Ivory goes out. Big 3rd down play, 3rd and 2, 9:20 to play, 17-16 Jets. Wide left Morgan, left slot Jackson, tight end right Francis. Grogan to throw on 3rd and 2. Sets it up over the middle, complete to Johnson, first down to the 48-yard line. Great catch. Had a man draped all over him.
Right, Mr. Clutch and sure-handed Andy Johnson. What a guy to go to, but he comes up with the play.
Let's pause 15 seconds. This is the BZ Patriots Football Network.
The WHIM morning team. Joe Lavera with your music. Jim Meade with complete news. Plus Paul Harvey, Howard Cosell, your chance to win in trivia, and Norm McDonald weather. If you think you have to go anywhere else in the morning, you're wrong. 11:10 WHIM Providence.
Patriots 1st and 10, their own 47. Ivory in the backfield with Cunningham. They give us to Cunningham up the middle at the 50, down to the Jet 45. Goes Sam Cunningham. And a quick hitter up the middle for a gain of about 7 yards on the play. Again, the secondary making the stop for the Jets, Schaefer Suggs. Ball spotted at the New York 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Patriots on the 7-yard carry by Sam Bam. Clock running, 8 minutes to go in the game. Jets trying to mount it up on defense. Patriots trying to do the same on offense. Jackson left, Morgan right. 2nd down, 3. New York 45. Grogan to Johnson to the left. He hits the line of scrimmage and is brought down as he gets to about the 45-yard line. Not much further than that. Abdul Salam there for the Jets. They mark it inside the 45 to the 44, where it'll be 3rd and a long 2 yards. 3rd and 2 for the Patriots. Now Don Hasselbeck comes in, and Harold Jackson goes out. 3rd down, 2.
Patriots are using a lot of time in getting these plays off. They're already down to 8 seconds here and have to get it off. Look at that, and there's a mix-up.
5 seconds. Get it off. Grogan calling signals. Hasselbeck left wing. The give to Cunningham to the left. Driving. First down to the 40. Boy, did he plow in there.
You almost don't expect them to come out with such a well-executed play when they were rushing it. It was down to 2 seconds when he handed that ball off.
Cunningham to the Jet 40-yard line with 6:54 to play and the clock running. The Patriots first down. The Jets 17. The Patriots 16. A must-win situation for the Patriots. Jets playing them tough. Very, very tough. Jackson right, Morgan left. Francis tight to the right. Double play action fake by Grogan. Back to throw. Sets it up. Got the time. Fires open. Jackson 20. Drops the ball. I don't believe it. Penalty marker down. Penalty marker down. I don't know what the penalty's for. Jackson was wide open, had the ball in his hands at the 20 as he was running. He just flat dropped the ball, and a penalty flag went down. I don't know what for.
You know what he did, Gil? He went up in the air when he didn't really have to, and he went up on his right foot. Usually he goes up on his left foot, but he went up on his right foot, so he was coming down as the ball was coming into his hands. And just at that moment, he had the ball, but just a little bit off stride when he made that reception.
I couldn't believe it when I saw the ball drop out of his hand. Sure-fisted as they come. But a penalty, a personal foul against the Jets. The ball has moved down to the New York 25-yard line. I don't know what the penalty or who the penalty's against. Personal foul against the Jets, and it came well after Jackson had dropped the ball. Well, the Patriots, at least from our view here, lucked out on that one. A drop pass. It appeared as though Jackson was going to run it in. First and 10, New York 25, 6.5 minutes to go. Grogan on first down at the Jet 25. It's Cunningham to the left, across the line of scrimmage, and he carries a bunch of folks with him to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Second down and 5. And making the tackle, John Hennessy for the New York Jets, along with Abdul Salam and Mark Merrill. Ball spotted at the New York 20-yard line. Second down, 5. Patriots, Jet 20. 6 minutes to go and the clock running. Patriots trail 17-16. Slot left this time. Jackson wide, Morgan in the slot. Francis tight to the right. Backs in a tight set. Grogan calling signal, 2nd and 5. It's Johnson to the right. Cutting across the line of scrimmage. Inside the 20 he goes, down to about the 16-yard line, where the tackle is made by Joe Klecko of the New York Jets. Johnson carrying about 4 yards on that play to the 16-yard line, where it's 3rd and 1. 3rd down and a yard to go. 5.5 minutes left. Double tight end, Hasselbeck left wing. 3rd down and a yard. Cunningham left side, driving first down. Inside the 15 goes Sam Bound.
Oh, the offensive line doing a job, Gil. They're just blowing off that line of scrimmage, forcing the Jet defense back on their heels. And that is giving the running backs the momentum they need going in there. They're not meeting any resistance at the line of scrimmage, so consequently they get that extra yard of momentum going, and they're doing a number.
First and 10, Patriots at the Jet 14-yard line. This drive started for the Patriots at their own 23, following a 55-yard touchdown pass from Robinson to Walker. Robinson replacing Todd, who went out with a bruised left shoulder. All right, first and 10, Patriots. Clock running. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go. The Patriots have used 4 minutes in this drive already. Slot right, Jackson, wide right, Morgan. First down, Jet 14. It's Johnson to the left side, driving down to about the 12, hurled back after a gain of a couple of yards. So they don't get much on the first down. Up there for the Jets, Mark Merrill, along with Abdul Salam. They get very little on the first down, maybe only, let's see where the ball is spotted. It's inside the 14 at the 13. They only got a yard. So it's 2nd down and 9 at the Jet 13-yard line. Ivory checks in. 2nd and 9 at the Jet 13. 4:10 left to play in the game. The Jets 17, the Patriots 16. Patriots out of the huddle. Jackson left, Morgan right. Cunningham the fullback. Offset right half Ivory. Tight end left Francis. Bootlegging is Grogan to the right side. He is hit, spins away, gets down to the 10. He picked up 3 yards to the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Patriots at the Jet 10.
Well, the Patriots tried it twice in today's ball game. The Jets not fooled by it, evidently waiting for it throughout this game, especially in the situations like that. When the Patriots come up with a must-play, they have used it during the course of this season. They have been productive for them, but the Jets allowing that big play, the big situation for the Patriots, feeling like that is one of the plays they like to use, and they defense it and wait for it.
3rd down and 6 at the Jet 10. Grogan with a slot right. Grogan on a handoff to Ivory, turning left at the 10, driving down to the 5-yard line, but stopped. He may have been stopped shy of a first down.
Oh, big run.
Let's see. Excellent run by Ivory. He got it down to about the 6-yard line. It is 4th down and less than a yard to go at the Jet 6. and they are going to go for a first down.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. When I saw Hasselbeck and Adams come on, I thought they were going to go two tight ends. They're going to bring on Posey and go for a field goal. The problem is, if they don't hit the field goal, they're still behind. 17-16, and if they do get the field goal, the Jets would be within a field goal of winning it. The ball will be marked at the 13-yard line, a 23-yard field goal attempt for David Posey. Ready to go. Snap, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. David Posey, 23-yard field goal.
Did he bomb that one?
Whoa. So the Patriots drive from their own 23 to the Jets 6, where the drive stalled, and Posey hits his second field goal of the game. A 23-yard job. And now, with 2.5 minutes to go in the game, the score is the Patriots 19 and the Jets 17. And certainly, Gino, New York, with 3 timeouts left, has time to come back down the field and be in position to win it with a field goal.
Well, the thing that the Patriots have to be concerned with, and you know they are, it's the big play. The Jets cannot grind it out. They have not been able to run the ball. The only thing that they possibly can do is come up with the big, long pass. And this is what the Patriots are going to have to defend. Coach Fairbanks now running out on the field. He's calling his kicking team over there, telling them the importance of not giving up any kind of field position to this Jet run back.
Well, that's the thing right now. The Patriots have to be very, very careful of the Jets' return team because Bruce Harper is an exceedingly dangerous kickoff return man. Other scores around the league: Baltimore leading Cleveland 10-7, Seattle 10, Kansas City 3. That one's in the third quarter. San Diego 13, Minnesota 7, third quarter. Giants 17, Philadelphia 6, third quarter. St. Louis now 27-17 over Washington, fourth quarter. Tampa 10, Buffalo nothing, third quarter. Atlanta 7, Chicago nothing, second quarter. Dallas 14, New Orleans 7, second quarter. Here it is 19-17. The Patriots lead. 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Harper deep for the Jets. He is the deep man. He is flanked to his left by Kevin Bell, and to his right by Darnell Powell.
That was a superb drive by the Patriots in that situation, starting at their own 23.
They used up 6 minutes on the drive. Posey to come into it on the kickoff. Flat kick. Bouncing. Picked up by Harper at the 12, up the middle of the 15, 20, 25, and run down at the 35-yard line, but that's good field position. Jets first and 10 at their own 35, and Matt Robinson brings them out. Robinson, a few years ago, 2 years ago, last year, not the last draft, the one before, a low draft pick of the New York Jets, coming on to do a great job with the injury to Todd, and he's come in today when Todd bruised the shoulder.
Now we'll see what the strategy is for the Jets to try to go with short passes, moving into field goal position, or go for the bombs.
All right, they've got a slot right with Barkham, and Robinson is back to throw, and first down. He gets the ball away to the far side. It is complete. Up and out of bounds at the 41-yard line to the tight end, Mickey Schuler, going out. So they gain a quick 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Gino, this game very similar to last year. Remember, here at Shea, Jets came down the field in the final seconds and got a field goal to win it.
That's right.
It's 19-17. The Patriots lead by 2 points. And the Jets with a second down. And 4 yards to go at their own 41. They've got Walker to the left. Back to throw is Robinson. Over the middle he goes. And it is caught for a first down to the 49-yard line by Jerome Barkham. Brought down by Prentice McRae, but a first down Jets to the Patriot 49.
Well, this is what they've elected to do then, Gil, as we suspected possibilities of going long or going for the short stuff. They've crossed up the Patriots a little bit and have gone for the short stuff.
With a score, the Patriots 19, the Jets 17. Let's take a timeout.
Just as there's lots of excitement in New England Patriots football, there's excitement in a Regency scanner. You see, more people are listening to the real drama of police, fire, emergency calls, and more on a Regency Action Radio. You'll hear the news while it's happening and from where it's happening. These busy little monitor radio scanners constantly search for an active signal automatically. Stop to hear a message being transmitted, then search for a reply or another message. No fiddling with dials, and you don't need any technical knowledge to operate Regency Action Radio scanners. If you want to get the inside story, get a Regency scanner. Then you'll really know what goes on in your town. There's a wide choice of models from $84.95 and up to the new no crystal units, plus a special factory rebate. Regency. When it comes to scanners, they lead the league.
See your nearby Regency dealer, Ann and Hope All Stores, Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Shea Wright, Woonsocket, East Providence and Warwick, and Tony Goodrich, Television City, Cranston.
All right, here's the situation. 2 minutes even to go in the game. The Jets and the Patriots. The Patriots 19, the Jets 17. The Jets are first and 10 at the Patriot 49-yard line. Matt Robinson is at the controls for the Jets. He has already thrown one 55-yard touchdown pass in this game to bring him, put him ahead about 7 minutes ago. The Patriots came back to drive down the field and get a field goal to put themselves ahead by 2. And now the Jets are threatening in Patriot territory at the 49-yard line.
Well, Matt Robinson hasn't been throwing under the pressure that Richard Todd was. The rush that the Patriots were able to mount on Todd was awesome. But here against Matt Robinson, he either gets back quicker or he's getting better protection, but he has not been hurried with his throws.
No, not at all. Next week, the Patriots go to Baltimore to play the tough Colts. Burt Jones and company. That'll be a tough game, 3:45 airtime. They're all tough. Jets come out. Very important part of the season here in these final 2 minutes. Crowded Shea, standing O for the Jets. Lone setback long. Double tight end. Robinson back to throw. Fires to the near side. It's complete to Long at the 50. To the Patriot 40, to the Patriot 38. Goes Kevin Long. Brought down there by McCray. Along with Nelson and Claiborne, but the Jets are relentlessly moving down the field. They're at the Patriot 38-yard line and moving to within field goal range. Robinson brings them out with 1.5 minutes to go. Robinson is back to throw. No rush. Sets it up. Fires long and deep. Wide open and overthrows. Had Derek Gaffney wide open at the 5-yard line. And he overthrew him. Holy smoke, was he open. Wow, that would have been 6 and ring it up.
Somebody missed an assignment there. It looked like Robinson was looking for one of his short men, but I think he saw the receiver going wide open by himself, so he just changed up and went deep.
They'll make it 2nd down and 10 for the Jets at the Patriot 37-yard line. 1.5 minutes to go in the game. The Jets out of the huddle. They put Barkham into the right slot. They put Walker wide to the left and Gaffney wide to the right. Gains the lone setback. Back to throw is Robinson. Sets, fires over the middle, and it's caught. A flag is down.
They're holding. I saw it all the way, Gil.
He was brought down by Fox, but a penalty marker is down.
Great reception by Jerome Barkham over the middle. He had somebody hanging on him when he made the reception, but there was definite holding.
That's what the call is going to be.
Matt Robinson sitting back there waiting. You could see the pressure coming in, and then all of a sudden it just couldn't get any further or closer to him, and it had to be holding.
So the ball will be marked off from the 37 back to the 47. Make it 2nd and 20 for the Jets. Robinson is a very good long passer. 2nd down and 20 for the Jets at the Patriot 47.
Well, this changes the Jets' strategy somewhat. They just pecked away at the Patriot defense looking for field goal position. Now it's a different situation for them.
All right, 2nd down and 20. 1 minute and 22 seconds to go in the game. The Patriots 19, the Jets 17. Out of the huddle they come. Slot right Barkham. Wide right Gaffney. Back to throw is Robinson. Sets it up. Fires to the far side. Overthrown. Intended for Mickey Schuler. Incomplete. 3rd and 20 for the Jets. At their own 40, at the Patriot 47. 3rd and 20. 1 minute and 17 to go in the old ball game.
And here comes a big bird over Shea. We haven't seen too many planes coming over.
Now, they've changed the landing patterns here, Gino, because I remember when I first started doing games here at Shea, those jets would roar in over the stadium and make an incredible amount of noise. But the noise pollution thing, apparently they come in at less speed. You don't get that deafening roar. Big play, 3rd and 20 for New York at the Patriot 47. 1 minute 17 to go. Robinson straight back to throw. Sets it up. Fires in. It is complete down to the 25. To Derek Gaffney for a 1st down. 3rd and 20. They complete a 1st down pass to the Patriot 25-yard line.
That was a great reception by Gaffney.
Less than a minute to play in the game. The Patriots are now in big trouble, believe me. They've got Walker to the left and Gaffney to the right. Robinson back to throw, fires to the near side, complete to Gaffney, down and out at the 19-yard line. The Patriots are in big trouble. From here it would be a 36-yard field goal attempt, and Leahy is having a great year for the Jets. The whole thing could come apart right here. I don't believe that pass completion on third and 20.
It was over the middle. You knew he had to go over the middle, but there was just good position by every defender. Robinson threw it up and away a little bit. Gaffney had to go up for it, but evidently it was the right kind of pass to get over the linebackers and underneath the defense. He went up high, came down with the reception right at the 25-yard line, good enough for a first down by 1 or 2 yards. So a perfect pattern run by Gaffney, a perfect pass thrown by Matt Robinson, who has come in here to really do a number against the Patriots. When Richard Todd was in there, of course, the Patriots more or less had their way defensively, but Matt Robinson has changed the tempo of this Jet offense, and he has them moving the 2 series he's been in there with them.
So, 47 seconds remain to be played in the football game. The Patriots lead 19-17. The Jets are within range to win it with a field goal. The Jets call the timeout. They have 2 timeouts left. The Patriots have 2 timeouts left. I would suspect the Jets are going to run twice and then go for the field goal attempt. The only thing the Patriots can hope for right now, Gino, is a fumble. Or if they do try to throw, a pass interception, but I would doubt the Jets will be throwing the ball down here. They come out at the Patriot 19-yard line. Second down and 4 yards to go. Lone setback, Kevin Long. Robinson calling signals. Has Gaffney right and Walker left. Robinson on a draw to Long. He is hit and stopped at the 19-yard line by Nelson of the Patriots, along with Hamilton. It'll be third down and 4. And the clock is stopped with 43 seconds left as the Patriots call a timeout.
He didn't call a timeout.
Steve Nelson is saying he didn't. Steve Nelson, the defensive captain, is saying he didn't call a timeout.
Well, it'd be ludicrous to call a timeout defensively here.
Well, they have taken a timeout away from the Patriots, and so apparently someone called timeout. Well, I don't know what that was all about, but it was ridiculous. We only have 43 seconds left to go in the game. The Patriots are leading by 2 points. If the Jets get a field goal, the Patriots need everything they could possibly use to come down the field again. And for some reason, someone on the Patriots called a timeout. Doesn't make sense. Jets have it third down and 4 at the Patriot 19. They're within field goal range right now. A field goal attempt would come from the 26. It'll be a 36-yard attempt for Leahy if they get to that point. Leahy so far this afternoon has hit a field goal of 45 yards on his lone field goal attempt. And he is really on the money this season. So you got to feel right now that the Patriots are in serious trouble. And their Eastern Division lead, which they had a week ago, today they're tied. 43 seconds from now, they could be in second place. Third down and 4 for the Jets at the Patriot 19. Robinson calling signals. Robinson, quarterback sneak to the left side. He is brought down at the 16-yard line, and so it'll be a 33-yard field goal attempt by Pat Leahy with 36 seconds left. Now timeout is called. With 35 seconds to go in the game, the Patriots take a timeout.
This one makes sense, and this is what they wanted to do just to save some time, but the other one, not wisely called. Now they have no timeouts left, and with an offense that's trying to drive for any kind of position, you almost got to have one timeout.
Well, 35 seconds to go in the game. The ball at the 17-yard line of the Patriots. It'll be a 34-yard field goal attempt by Pat Leahy, who is standing all by himself back at the 36-yard line, just looking in the other direction. Concentrating, trying to keep himself calm. But the way Leahy's hitting the ball, Gino, he's a pretty good bet to make it.
He's stepping away from the mound. Who's that pitcher that does that for Kansas City? Rabowski.
David Posey.
No.
A 34-yard field goal attempt. Pat Leahy, a 34-yard field goal attempt for the Jets. 35 seconds left. The Patriots lead by 2. The snap, the ball is down. The kick is up, and
He missed it.
He missed it.
It's
no good. It's wide to the left side. Wide to the left side.
All I did was watch Pat Leahy. All I did was watch him. Soon as his foot hit the ground, hit the ball, he turned down and dove on the ground gill. I did nothing but watch him and watch his reaction. I could tell right away.
All right. A 34-yard field goal attempt with 31 seconds to play by Pat Leahy is missed. And the Patriots hang on to a 2-point lead. 19-17. I tell you what, Duke, I would have bet that linguine with clam dinner that I had last night that he was going to make it.
Oh.
And that was a heck of a linguine with clams.
Want to know something? It had to be, because I felt like I've been having it all day. I got to say, having been in a similar situation like that, you just have to somehow feel for any kicker on any team who's faced with that kind of situation and the frustration, the disgust that goes with everything being right, a good snap, a good hold. He's lined up right down the middle. Everybody is expecting you to make it. You know, if you're back deep 45, 47, at least there's always that doubt, but everybody was expecting him to make it. He was expecting himself to make it, and then to have it go wide to the left and be no good, because you can come up with all kinds of stories what happened, but what everybody wants to know, was it good and was it not? So this is all part of success and failures.
Well, the field goal was missed. The Patriots ran one play, Grogan falling on the ball, the Jets calling timeout. The Jets have one timeout left. On the season, Leahy was 8 for 9 between 30 and 39 yards.
Oh, he's a tremendous kicker. He really is.
It's 2nd and 10 for the Patriots. At their own 20, Grogan takes the snap and falls down on the ball again.
And let us out of here, he's saying. Let's get it over with and get out of town.
Get out of town as quickly as we can with what we have.
We stole one. Let's get out.
The Jets call their final timeout with 26 seconds to play. Well. Pat Leahy, a 37-yard field goal attempt. It came with 31 seconds to play in the game, and he missed it. It would have put the Jets ahead by a point. And the Patriots,
with 35
seconds, Patriots had no timeouts left. So they would have had the devil to pay to come back upfield and score. This will be the final play of the game. Grogan takes the snap, falls on the ball. There it is. That's all she wrote. Jets have no timeouts left, and the Patriots will walk away from Shea Stadium with a hard-earned 19-17 victory over the New York Jets as the clock rolls down. 3 weeks ago, it was 55-21. You've got to give the Jets credit. They came out here today and played a heck of a football game. And you've got to give the Patriots credit for marching down the field in the final quarter, down by a point. They marched down the field and got the field goal from David Posey with 2.5 minutes to go from 23 yards out for the victory, 19-17. And so the Patriots stay at least in a tie for first place in the Eastern Division of the American Football Conference. Now, after 12 games, the Patriots are 9-3. The final score here at Shea Stadium in New York, the Patriots 19, the Jets 17.